get started on session 2, and we'll have Jarek recap us. The floor is yours, sir.
In the world of Gaia, across the three continents, 3 letters were sent out by the Umber Orc named Domas Halftooth to his old adventuring party, calling them to regroup for one final job in the town of Eldoria. Unbeknownst to him, these letters were found not by his friends, but by their daughters, their mentees, and by random strangers traveling through the world. However, his call to adventure would not go unheeded, as slowly but surely a small group would gather at the crossroads north of Eldoria. Rel, Tristan, Ick, and Jarek, 4 strangers each searching for something, but brought together by fate in these letters, not intended for them, join up with Domas to investigate the legendary artifact protecting Eldoria and help him in fulfilling his party's promise of one last call to adventure.
All right. So, you guys pick up on this forest, or in this forest, you guys slept for the night, woke up fully rested. I think the HP on your tokens is incorrect, but I'll fix that. No worries. So this morning, what does your guys' morning look like? You had a little bit of combat yesterday as you guys were attacked by some bandits, and you immediately went to sleep to a snoring Domas, waking up today knowing that you can probably arrive to Eldoria by about early afternoon.
Uh, since he was taking last watch and he doesn't need a full night's rest, Jarek would, as he normally does, make breakfast for everyone. And I'd like to use my chef's feat and my cookbook to prepare just a basic meal for everyone. Nothing super fancy, if that's possible.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead
Okay.
and do your thing.
I believe it's a medicine check.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let me see here. All right, I'm so great at these.
Wow. Just wow, guys.
So everyone, so I can make 6 meals. So everyone can eat one, and anyone who wants to would get +2 temporary HP.
I dig it.
I had
You
to.
burn the eggs a little bit.
I do.
Nice.
I had to
I
rebuild your
like them
character.
that way.
They were a little burnt, a little
Disgusts
tasty.
me as a human being.
Cajun.
Oh no.
Oh god.
That's funny. All right. Anything else that you guys wish to accomplish this morning before you head out to continue your journey?
Tristan probably did not sleep very well from recovering from all the wounds he took yesterday. So waking up, he would definitely just be checking those wounds, making sure that any stitches or bandages got swapped off, and
Yeah.
just otherwise checking himself over, make sure he's healing properly, and then it would just be tightening his pack, wanting to just be able to travel smoothly and get this journey done.
Trying to avoid the sepsis and the tetanus.
Yep,
Perfect. Perfect.
and the dysentery.
I've been there, done that. Do not recommend. All right.
While they are eating breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
Ick has out their blank paper and also the picture and is chattering to the aunties, just telling them what happened yesterday, giving them a recap, and like probably audibly um telling aunties about all her new friends.
All right. You do not get any response from your aunties this morning, but you're fairly certain
Fine,
that they heard you.
that's fine.
Okay. All right. Rel, any plans for you this morning? Or are you just up and at it?
So, Rel is in the middle of processing the events of last night. I think what had happened was like after the battle had happened, um, she just kind of turned around and went back into the tent, but didn't sleep very well. And then in the morning, she just walked off into the woods and is kind of processing everything because she's never seen a violent death. She's always kind of been sheltered from it.
Mm-hmm.
So she has, she's seen death. She's seen like the elderly and the sick, but she's never been involved in a fight and she's never seen anybody go that way. So she's been kind of trying to process that. Um, and she went into the woods and did her normal morning ritual, which is just kind of like putting her feet in the earth, which is her way of the mechanical version of me changing out my spells,
I like it.
and she clings to her necklace that her mother's necklace, and is just kind of like holding on to it and just kind of whispering and muttering to herself, and inadvertently casts find familiar.
Oh, snap. What does your familiar look like? I'll put you over. We'll just say you're over here in the woods.
Okay, I'm in the woods. um it is a moth. It is a um just a very it's kind of basic looking right now. Little floofy, kind of like one of the it's got big wings. It's kind of got Luna moth like swallowtail wings, but it's got a floof body that is good for emotional support mothiness,
Oh.
and a little bit bigger than a standard moth. Clearly, like it's what would what would you say like the size of a regular like
So your familiar is technically a giant moth, but it's
uh-huh.
just a small creature still. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna use this for your token for right now for your moth.
Mhm.
So it'll be about that big, and hopefully you have
Okay.
control over it. Now,
Cool.
you should have some control.
Is it like
So
small bird size or?
Yeah, it's like the size of maybe a swallow or a hummingbird.
Hmm,
okay. Cool.
neat.
All right. So yeah, it appears um I guess it senses her distress a little bit
Mm.
and nuzzles up into her hair, and she pets it a little bit, and you know calms down to a certain degree,
So,
and then walks off and back into camp and eats breakfast.
all right. You now have a mothy moth all up in your
Yes.
hair.
Yes. Mothy McMoth face.
I
And
mean,
it squeals when they see it and comes running over. It's so floofy, I could die.
Mothy McMothface.
DM, can I roll an insight check to see if I notice the distress on Rel's face as she comes back?
You can, but I'll leave it up to Rel to say whether or not you have a look of distress on your face.
um, she masks very well, so I
Okay.
will roll deception if you'd
I,
like.
I,
Sure.
if you, I'm sure, and then if you above my, I mean, if you want to roll per or deception above my passive insight, because like I mean, I'm not really like actively looking.
Yeah.
So my passive is a 10.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
yep, I
Y-
see nothing.
yeah. Yeah. She is good at faking it
And
till
don't.
she's yeah. So
Cool.
she kind of is like that's what she does. She whenever she kind of gets distressed, she has learned to kind of walk off, decompress, and then come back in and put on the happy face, just to make sure that everybody else is calm. So
As you're back and kind of getting up for your morning, getting your morning going, Domas pulls out his little wooden flute a tiny flute for an Umber Orc-sized gentleman and starts playing what you would have thought would have been a better in tune, but this flute definitely needs to be adjusted some. Its reed is going bad, and he doesn't seem to mind that it's that out of tune that he's still playing regardless. When do you guys want to get going?
As soon as I can get Ick's tent packed up, if you notice that his Jarek's tent is already packed up and everything.
Cool.
So I'd start breaking down Ick's.
All right. You guys, you break down camp, and yes, I remember. Yeah, you guys break down camp, you pack everything away, you have your breakfast, you get stretched, limber up a little bit, and you begin your journey for today, knowing that you probably only have 5 or 6 hours before you get to where you're needing to go, unless weather or something else impedes you. But as you start to get closer and closer to Eldoria, those of you who have magical inclinations, so really everybody except Jarek, but Jarek, you would notice it as everyone kind of starts to have like almost physical reactions to it. You all start to feel more magic in the air, but the magic around here feels untamed, it feels wild, it feels unpredictable. It almost seems like the magic itself might be damaged or corrupted. You're not quite sure. And as you guys are kind of getting closer and closer to Eldoria and the feeling's getting stronger and stronger, this is what you see. You're not quite to Eldoria yet, but when the magic really starts to get heavier and start to really feel it, this is what you see ahead of you. Let me put it here. Save. Show. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Ooh.
You guys start to see the areas. You're still, at this point, you're still about an hour away from Eldoria proper, but the environment, as you get closer, starts to look more like active magic. Like you can see it in the air. You can see the floating ley lines of magic. Some of them look damaged. Some of them look nice and smooth, greens and blues and pinks and purples. You see some that are blacks and grays and silvers. You see some that are a hybrid of colors. Some are a hodgepodge mix match. There's a little bit of everything, and some of them just seem off. Some of them kind of remind you, Jarek and Ick, of the magic of your homelands in the Twilight Lands. They almost seem like the same kind of colors, the grays and the blacks. Seem like something could be wrong, but you've never seen anything quite like this before, so you're not fully sure. But Domas looks at you guys, and this could be the magical storm that I mentioned. I'm not quite sure. I've never actually been to Eldoria, like I said, but this feels different. I've never seen something like this before. It's a curiosity. That's for sure.
A lot of this magic doesn't seem like it even belongs here.
Yeah.
There's almost like a hint of disgust in Jarek's voice, seeing the magic of his homeland out here.
Rel breaks into a musical number about the wonders of the world, and is trying to make it look like the aurora borealis ley line type thing is part of the special effects of her musical number.
Nice. All of you, and I will roll one for Tomas, roll me just a straight d20 luck check. And you want to be the lowest. He rolled a
Straight
16.
D20?
Yep, Just straight D20. I rolled a 16 for Domas.
19. So
Alright.
unlucky.
Okay.
I
Roll
got a
me
3.
a D100, Jarek.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
40.
Wild magic?
All right. Nothing happens.
Oh no.
Nothing happens or nothing seems to happen.
We don't know.
What your characters don't see
Uh-oh.
is that all of the fire in this region freezes into ice that kind of gives off a blue light equal to the same type of illumination. And what you do notice, however, is the area starts to get very, very cold all of a sudden out of nowhere. It's just whew, like all the heat is absorbed and sucked out of the area. But you guys don't see that all of the fire has frozen into ice and is giving off blue light.
Feeling the chill, Jarek actually becomes a little bit more at ease. It feels more like, again, he's seeing what appears to be magic from his homeland, and like the chill, like it feels comfortable to him.
Nice. As you kind of tuck in to the continuing travels to get towards Eldoria, after about an hour of traveling on this path, Domas looks up and says, I think we're almost there, right over the edge. And as you kind of start walking up this hill, you see that the forest and the woods around you starts to break, and you can't quite see over the edge of the hill yet, but you do see that there's some sort of a decline and a drop off as your line of sight basically just becomes sky until you get to the top of this hill. And as you come into view of what he believes to be Eldoria, you guys all kind of take in, looking down, that there's a city, a smaller city, encased in this magical swirling dome of force, quite large. And all the area around it almost looks like a mountainous desert where the weather looks very arid and very dry. It looks like the rocks and the cliffs, it looks like the forests and meadows have been shriveled up, destroyed, and replaced with this new mountainous terrain. And anybody who has proficiency in Arcana or Nature, or wants to roll them, roll me an Arcana or Nature check.
Not proficient in either. Not gonna try it.
All right.
Because
I'm proficient in both, and it's the same score for both of them.
Okay. As you, you notice, Rel, the land looks, it's a very drastic change from where you were to what you're seeing, and it doesn't seem like something that should be natural. The environment doesn't typically just change unless you're going from like an ocean and banking onto land. That's an obvious change, but this just seems too harsh, too quick, and too immediate for this to have happened through some sort of natural means.
Gotcha.
With your exact DC of 15 that we needed, that you needed, you kind of think back to the lessons that your aunties told you growing up, and you start to kind of listen and just sit and wait and be with the magic, and you start to feel these like arcane winds, not super strong yet, but you can feel the breeze of magic brushing across your skin. And you remember at some point in your youth, your auntie's telling you about some eldritch storms that don't happen everywhere, and they don't happen often, but when they do happen, it's never normally a result of anything good. And you recognize that this is likely going to soon turn into an eldritch Flaywind. And kind of remembering about the Flaywinds, you know that they come from planes like Pandemonium or Minthus or the third layer of Carceri down in one of the hells, which you all know the hells are real. They're just, you've never been there, but y'all have heard of them. But they can make these flay winds, and you know that the flay winds are very, very intense sandstorms. They throw rocks, other debris. They basically become hurricanes in the desert. And you know that they are very deadly, very dangerous, and they typically last for a decent amount of time, sometimes a couple of days. And you want to find cover or get away from them. So, and you feel at once probably, based on how the wind is picking up a little by little, that one might be coming soon, but you can't quite pin it down to when.
So this is just kind of vaguely in the air, in the atmosphere, so it's not necessarily what the ley lines are doing
Mm-hmm.
or the dome over the city. It's just like how you can kind of smell rain sometimes.
Correct.
Sort of like that. Okay. So something changed overnight with Ick. Um, and you see that Ick is standing there very still, eyes shut, and then their tongue comes out, and it's different. And probably you would notice this, Jarek, because you've seen Ick talking, eating things, whatever. It's long and it's got little forks on it like a snake. So Ick is actually kind of, she's scenting the air with the tongue, just like a snake. And then they turn to everybody else and say, can anybody else smell that? It smells like dust. It smells like sparks. I think I think we're gonna be in trouble pretty soon.
About how far away is that city?
Um, if you were to walk slow, about 30 minutes, but if you were to book it, you could get to the dome in about 10, 15 minutes. And looking down from where you are, you can see that there are little tent communities set up, because this thing is quite large. Little tent communities. There's a few more secure looking structures set up, maybe a small shack or a small store. But there are people living outside of the dome. So,
Like actual people?
they seem to be campsites set up, yeah, like small campsites in like groups of 3 to 5, and then a couple more sturdy um, living quarters made of some of the stone and some wood and other non-tent materials that are found around here.
Domas, you believe that to be our destination?
According to the map and according to the information I was given, inside of that dome is Eldoria. I don't know how to get through the dome, but I'm sure we can find that information if we get there.
Well,
If Ick senses something wrong, we shouldn't wait. We should move with all haste.
Agreed. And I start immediately like double marching forward and like grabbing Ick by the back of her shirt and just like throwing her up onto my backpack.
so from the vantage point, she's standing up now, just looking. We should probably tell those people in the tents we all need to be somewhere better because this is a storm from somewhere else, and it's one of those kinds of storms that, throws things around and it breathes real hard.
Storms don't breathe, Ick. We've been through this.
But they do when they're from other planes. Have you been to other planes? Do you know what storms do there?
Tristan will sprint to, or not really sprint. He'll like quicken his pace to catch up, and say, "Doesn't matter what plane it comes from, it will kill us nonetheless." And he'll take off like in a slight jog,
All right, cool. You're
which
jogging.
may,
you
which
guys
may or
are-
may not just match Jarek's speed. I don't know what his movement speed is.
That's
I
Like me
mean,
jogging and my son walking next to me. It's
I mean, my
Exactly.
movement speed's only 30, so like
Okay, so yeah, I'm putting
Yeah.
ground between us.
I'm moving quickly, and I'm also holding my glaive upside down, so the blade is like closer to my hand, with the pole going upwards the way it can hold onto it since she's standing. Like I'm providing her like a support pole.
Well,
While she's
optimal
surveying.
speed and energy output would be to use that as a pole vault. I think you should try.
Yes.
Domas considers it with his spear, but instead also just starts running after you guys.
Rail is just kind of following suit and,
Okay.
Just hiking up the pantaloons and
I
As you,
really feel like my visual image right now is it has one foot on Jarek's shoulder and the other foot on his head and is holding on to this to the glaive handle and has, like her other hand is like in the looking for things hand by the forehead.
I'm picturing something like Jack Sparrow going into port in the first Caribbean
Yes.
Pirates movie.
Yes.
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 I
Yes.
I
Yes.
am a sinking ship.
as you guys get closer, you make out that these tents aren't just regular camp style tents. You see that they seem to be made of very, very heavy hides. They seem to be quite thick, and as the breeze and the winds are starting to pick up more and more now, you see some debris is being picked up and just flung into them, and it just bounces right off.
Oh.
So they look like the outside looks very weathered of most of these thicker tents and these shanty cabins, but they look like they've weathered many a storm. They could take whatever's about to happen.
They've been designed for this.
Mm-hmm.
This other
Yes.
Frustrating.
Yes.
Is
As you
there
get,
one that looks more like a public place rather than someone's personal tent?
there are a few that you can see there are that are a bit larger than others, and there are people who are just casually walking into those ones. As the weather starts to pick up, the clouds start to dim and start to swirl. You see more and more people are kind of filtering their way into these couple larger ones. So they seem to be more of like the public dwellings for safety.
So Ick starts yelling and waving. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. There's
How
something
about we
bad
make
coming.
how
Can we
about we
come into
make
your tent, please?
And
Hi.
they just kind of see and they just wave you on in. Like, come on.
Okay, go, 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 go. Hurry, Rel.
I'm assuming Tristan would get there first, despite Ix yelling, so he would hold the tent flap open for the rest of the party.
Yeah.
And then help secure it once everyone was inside.
Yeah, and as you guys get in there, and the last couple remaining stragglers from out in this shanty town kind of make their way into this thicker tent, you see that you and the other person who was holding the other flap open kind of together tie off this really thick rope. It looks like 4 regular ropes kind of twined all together, and you just kind of lock it all in this big knot, and the big heavy leatherous hide flaps just are secured now. And as you secure it, you wait a couple of minutes and you start to hear more and more debris just smashing off the sides. Go ahead and somebody roll me a 1d4.
I got it.
Do it.
2.
Exceptionally average.
Right. As you're just finishing up tying it and you guys are kind of looking around, the other person who was tying up the flaps with you kind of listens for a second and goes, well, I think this storm's not going to be too long. It's only going to be 20 hours. It ain't going to be 2 days like the last one. So, lesser than a day, though.
Ooh.
You can tell that just by listening to it.
Well, kiddo, when you've lived here as long as I have, you get to know these things.
And how long is that?
How long have I lived here?
Yeah.
As you look at this person, it's a older human gentleman, and they look to be in late 60s, early 70s, super shredded for an older man. He goes, well, better part of my whole life. I was born and raised right here, right outside Eldoria. So, been here the whole time.
Right outside where?
Eldoria, you know, the city in the dome.
You know how to get in there?
Oh, you're gonna have to talk to the leader. And he kind of points across the tent, which is quite large on the inside. There's at least 100 people in here, and you're not all shoulder to shoulder. There are large like banquet tables set up. There's places where people are hanging out and sitting. And it looks like a big town hall in this big thick tent. It's it's like it's been magically enchanted to be bigger on the inside.
Oh.
Um,
Of course it is.
and you see there are people kind of hanging out, doing the thing. Nobody really looks stressed. This looks like this kind of storm is not an uncommon occurrence for these folk. There are some children running around, kind of trying to be kept in line, but you see that he points over, and says, "Yeah, she's way over there. She's at the back. She's probably doing some paperwork or eating or something. You can find her. She's hard to miss. She is cool as fuck, and her name is Winter Moon. You'll find her."
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jarek,
And I,
Jarek, Jarek.
yes,
Jarek?
yes, Ick.
What does fuck mean?
It's actually, would Jarek know that word?
Um, roll a history check. You have heard it, but never in this context. You've always heard it as more of an exclamation of danger.
Uh,
What's my
I think it's a warning.
let me check my alignment.
I think I think he's saying that you need to be careful because she's very cold and can hurt you. I sort of look at the older gentleman.
I mean, that is
But
accurate, but
it's
Mhm.
it's a common swear that it can mean a lot of things. It would be best to just not use it unless you learn to understand it yourself.
How many things?
I get to Ick's eye level, whether she's on Jarek's shoulder or I kind of
I
squat
pop
down,
down. I pop
and I
down.
go, when a mommy squirrel and a daddy squirrel love each
I'll
other
I'll
very
grab
much.
Ro. Like anyway, what are you looking for?
the old man.
I want to hear about the squirrels.
Oh man.
I
Lucky I
kind
do
of
feel
also
good.
would like to hear about the squirrels
I'll
because
tell you about the squirrels later.
Okay.
I don't know if you know
promise?
this, but squirrel meat is actually very delicious.
It is.
It's kind of hard to find though because it normally gets eaten by the bigger things.
Well, you guys enjoy your time here. I got stuff over here to do, and he just walks away.
I just forgot. I gotta go somewhere else.
I've got to wash my hair.
So you're bald. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say what hair it was.
I gotta go. Good excuse.
Yeah, I left a good excuse on
I
the
left a
stove.
good excuse on the stove. That's what it is.
Oh man, I'm using that. I'm using that in real life.
Jarek would turn to Domas. Apparently, there's a cold woman in the back we need to go see. But be
So we
careful.
have to be
Apparently, it's
really-
dangerous.
We gotta be really polite, like with Nana.
I think back to my Nana and the fact that she was not exactly a polite woman. I think we had very different types of Nanas.
No, I mean that's probably true because my Nana is everybody's Nana. But, I meant like being polite to Nana because she's old and knows everything in the world.
Interesting. Okay.
So Tristan walks up to this place, trying to tune everyone out.
Yeah. You walk up, and you see there are a noticeable amount of humans. There are a few humanoid-looking folks who you're not quite sure if they're human or if they're some variant thereof. There are a couple people who look like they have very, very dry skin, and they're more of a darker complexion. They almost look like they're made of earth and stone themselves, but not. They don't look like they're animated rocks. They just look like they have very dry, scaly skin conditions, and they look human with bad skin. You can assume that they are maybe. You've heard that Ganassi are a thing. You've run into one or two in your day, but never had any closer relationships with them. But you know there are people of the elements, and they seem to be a couple. Whether they're siblings or partners, you're not quite sure. But there are a couple Earth Ganassi floating around, and they all kind of seem to be looking to this one person for kind of direction, kind of listening to their tales. And you see sitting up on a chair, leaning back, feet up on the table, picking at her teeth. You see a slender female cat person with orange tabby fur and dark purple leather armor, wearing a belt of daggers with a couple of vials of potions or poison, you're not quite sure, hanging off her left thigh. You see that she's wearing a fancy hat with a few feathers in it, as well as a pair of tortoiseshell glasses with green lenses, which she looks really freaking cool. And
Cool cat.
she literally is a cool cat. This is what she looks like right here.
Aw, damn.
What was her name again?
Winter Moon.
Winter Moon.
It says on the screen.
Oh, I wasn't hovering over the picture. My bad.
Wait, why do you want to spear my calf? I just saw that. What the hell?
It's when you like went running past and made some comment to me.
Sorry for wanting to live.
This lady looks like they look like they've been a dealer of death one or two times in their day. But people seem to be looking to them like they are in charge, or they at least have some power in this group.
Has anyone seemed to notice us, or like, kind of like, has their gaze lingered on us a little too long?
People have seen you in passing, kind of walking by, but nobody's like staring. You're newer. They've not seen you before, and they kind of look and like, you don't seem to be doing anything worth grabbing their attention yet. You just seem to be kind of waiting out this storm.
I'll kind of reach behind me and pat Domas on the shoulder and be like, well, they said talk to her, and you know why we're doing this, so go have at it. I'll kind of like give him a little nudge.
He kind of walks forward and clears his throat. Nobody notices him. So he goes, clears his throat very loudly and uncomfortably, where you know he probably hurt himself a little bit doing that. And you see all the conversation that was happening kind of just falls off for a second. And this cat lady looks down. What you need? You see that he like lifts a finger, like he's going to say something, and says, he wanted to talk to you, and just switches places with you, Tristan, and throws you
Wow.
forward.
Can he roll deception?
He physically tried to throw you in front of him, but if you want to resist it, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'll try to resist it.
I would like
If nothing for my pride.
I would like to provide advantage by putting a hand on Tristan and pushing him forward also.
Oh, okay. Well, he has a +3 to his strength, so it's gonna be 12.
Damn
Is
it.
this
So-
just strength versus strength?
Yeah, it's athletics versus athletics. Yeah.
Oh, athletics?
While they are fighting, can Ick bounce forward?
You are. Well, it was he rolled a 7 and a 9, so he would have beaten you with a 10 at worst. But yeah, Ick, you can bounce forward as Tristan is shoved forward.
Yes, they are. They are
So
busy.
many things happening at once.
So, so it really has to look up, but she looks up and waves cheerfully and says, "Hey, Elder Winter Moon, cool as fuck."
You notice that her turtle shell
what are
glasses.
the chances
are
I
the-
could try to, as she's speaking, like clamp her mouth?
Well, you're in the middle of being shoved, and she's talking simultaneously, so.
Yeah, but I'm getting shoved from both ways, so
Oh,
it kind
yeah.
of cancels out.
We'll say that you can try and reach and grab to do it at like disadvantage because it is very small compared to you.
Does
So
it
there's also
say
that.
just dexterity?
Yeah, sure. We'll do Dex versus Dexterity. Why not? You just have disadvantage, and Ick does not. Yep.
So
A 1 and a 20. He misses.
Oh my god.
so I I might not have to do what I
No,
was gonna do.
he goes to
So
grab and just like swipes completely over your head. You're like, ooh, pretty coin. And kind of bend down, and he just whoosh right over. And as this is happening, you see that the sunglasses, the tortoiseshell sunglasses that the cat lady's wearing, are a brighter shade of green than you, Ick.
what?
And she kind of leans them down to the end of her nose and looks over them to all of you and goes, again, why y'all here? What you want?
Your glasses are so pretty.
I know.
Of course you do. You probably picked them out. Thank you for letting us into your tent.
You're welcome.
Do you live here all the time too?
I will, having composed myself from being shoved from various directions, step in front of her and say, "What my friend is trying to say is thank you for your generosity in sheltering us from the storm."
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm going to start trying to climb
Jarek,
Kristen.
Jarek, help me, Jarek.
Mom.
Jarek is just
Jarek.
standing there watching this, being like, yeah, welcome to my life now. Congratulations.
You hear a big
Have
sigh
fun.
from Domas.
One second.
Rel is just watching the chaos.
I physically turn to Jarek and say, you chose this.
He kind of didn't. I'm still trying to climb. Do you
Well,
want me to roll anything else?
What are
you
the
can roll
chances?
athletics if you want.
Okay. This should go great.
Oh
Heck,
my gosh.
that's not bad.
Okay. Define weapon attack.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Let me ask you that first.
I'm trying to bonk her on the head and cast ensnaring strike.
Jesus.
But I don't actually want to hurt.
I would say that for the purposes of what you're trying to do, if you want to just roll an opposed athletics check to just bonk her on the head, so
I
it
just
doesn't
want to,
look
flick her on the forehead.
yeah, so it doesn't look like you're trying to pull out a weapon and stab somebody in the middle of this blaze.
Yeah.
So she rolled athletics to try and clamber up your person, so you can roll an opposed athletics against that.
Oh my god. So it's a tussle for a little.
And at that point, go on.
I was gonna say Rel just instructs Mothy McMothface to go over to Ick and kind of lure her back calmly over
Oh
to.
my god, I love that.
Ick, Mothy McMothface comes over and is just flapping on your cheek, just hitting you with the moth dust. Just,
Do you want to be my friend?
as the wings are flapping, you kind of look at it, and it's almost like it's hypnotizing you to kind of like follow calmly the moth.
Okay.
I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
I start telling Mothy McMothface about other moths that I have met.
Oh my god.
Many of them look like skulls. You know, when they flap their wings, like when they spread out all the way, it's a big skull face.
Do you walk past Jarek, Ick?
Yeah.
As you walk past, like, you probably don't even notice. I just pick you up and put you, like, back on my backpack while you're still talking to Mothy McMothface, hoping that Moth will, like, settle down on the pack with you and distract you.
I will chatter to Mothy McMothface as long as Mothy McMothface stays here.
Tristan, visibly distressed, turns back around and I apologize for that. We're not certain what's going on up there. I just met.
I don't even think you're certain about if you know what's going on down there.
Down where?
In your group of people.
Like I said, we met yesterday. I don't know any of these people.
Then.
Long story short,
Hmm.
we all happened upon letters from various important people from our past, and we were told to meet up with this bard. And so far, the only information we have to go on is that we need to get inside Eldoria, and we were directed towards you.
Well, you were directed the right way. That's true. There are two ways in. One is through the magical dome, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. And the other is you take the underground caverns in, which might require a little bit of work.
Why would we be unable to pass through the dome?
Well, because the magic itself has not been operating at ideal efficiency, at least according to my magical advisor. And she kind of snaps her finger, and you guys see, kind of being pushed out from one of the little side regions, is this small-ass gnome with bright blue hair, a handlebar mustache, and bright blue eyebrows. Is kind of forced in front of her. This guy right here. Yes, yes. How can I help you? Go ahead and explain to them why the dome's not working. Oh, yes. Yes. This, just so you all know, this is Warren Knackle. He's my magical advisor. He's a wizard. He's smart. He sees the future and stuff. Anyway, yes. I'm Warren. I'm a diviner. I do magic, and I'm, well, a magician. The dome, it's a magical barrier, and, well, I can't get you through there right now because well, these storms have been really just screwing with the dome, and every time someone goes in, they die. So we've kind of made it not an entry or an exit right now until we figure out what's going on. I have looked into the weave, and there are many dead people in the middle of the barrier. The barrier itself is about 25 feet thick, and there are a lot of dead people in there. And I don't think you want to do that. Yes. So
Insight check.
go ahead.
And do one as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand nothing of magic. I'm trusting this guy 100%.
Wait, why did I got that too?
Yeah.
It could be because you have something turned on for ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
So,
Probably.
yeah. So it's a 17. 17 and 10.
17, yeah.
He seems on the level.
What do you mean by dead inside the barrier? You mean behind, like on the other side, or inside the? I don't know what you mean by.
How can I explain this? Kind of thinks for a second. All right, think about it like this. So,
Put
any
a mommy squirrel and a daddy squirrel.
you see that he waves his hand in the air, and then a glass of water from a table a few feet away kind of floats over towards him. All right, you see this? And he puts a hand on the top to like cover it so it doesn't leak out, and he flips it horizontally. You see how in this there is water, right? You see there's water in here? He moves it back and forth so you can see there's water sloshing. All right, now imagine if both sides of this were a door or a barrier. The barrier for the dome is like, think of it, this whole glass of water is that barrier, right? And you have to pass through the whole water from one end to the other to get in or to get out. Are you keeping up?
So it's like there's really two walls that you have to cross through, and the area between them is very dangerous.
Correct. And
Why didn't you
basically,
just say that?
looks around. That's exactly what is this guy an idiot? That's exactly what I said.
Did you just say I'm an idiot? As my eyes start to like go from like they're grayish to like a blackish swirl.
Uh,
I did, yes. Because I very clearly explained to you what the barrier was, and then you made me re-explain myself to say the same thing that you already understood. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
It wasn't exactly the same words. And how many futures can you see anyway?
All of them.
No.
Did you see a future where that use of the word worked out for you?
I mean, yes, because have you seen everyone who's here? I'm also a very powerful magician, so you don't intimidate me. Literally at all. I can teleport across the whole world. I'm literally not scared of you. So, you know.
But you can't fix the barrier.
No, because I didn't make the barrier. And the arcane sigils are inside of the barrier, and I've worked on it before and maintained it, but it's the storms that are creating the problem. And I don't know what's causing the storms. I'm not a natural weather magician. I'm an arcane magician of the School of Divination. I look at futures and stuff, not weather. I didn't go to wizard school for meteorology. I went for magic.
You're probably pretty powerful, but there's no way you can see all futures.
Well, I can see.
You wouldn't have a mind left.
Well, I
Yeah,
can
why
see
wouldn't you just see the future where you figure out the dome?
Well, that's not quite how it works.
See, she gets it. Trying to
Or does
change the
he
subject.
not? I'm
Sounds
just
like
saying, if this can be fixed and he can see all futures, he should be able to see the future where it's fixed.
sounds like he just sees a lot of futures where he fails.
I didn't say all the futures were successful. I just say that I see them. That's all.
And even
So
if
you admit if you can't see the successful repair, it doesn't happen. So
I
you
can't
fail.
control what I see in the future, but I can see the futures, and then I have the limited ability a few times
The
every day
futures
to
are
change
all
them.
futures. Which is it?
It depends on the day.
mm,
Anyway, I have done my job now. I'm gonna go back to my pipe. Winter, take care of whatever it is that these fools are doing. I'm going back to my
Oversized
pipe.
cat just watching us bully her advisor.
Um,
Hearing him be described as an idiot and a fool, at this point, Jarek is effectively raging.
okay.
And I can maintain this rage for 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
for 10 minutes, my eyes are jet black.
You should see an eye doctor about that as they walk away. He's actually smaller. He should be there.
so
Um,
Eric pops down and is sitting on Jarek's shoulder now and says, "Well, here's the thing. Even if he could see what the problem is and the way to fix it, it doesn't mean that it would be a way that he could do to fix it. And probably, if it's something that he can't do, he doesn't want to talk about it. Because that would make him look silly.
A person who can only talk with no action is a worthless man.
Sound personal. Hey, where do I go to turn the stupid ranger thing off? I thought it was just this Beyond 20 button.
If you click on the Beyond 20 button and then scroll down, there should be a little option in there to do it.
This one right in the center, right? Next to short rest?
Yeah, so you actually have to click the button.
Yeah.
I did.
And there's nothing that says like character specific options at the bottom?
No, it brings up disadvantage, normal, advantage, and then roll.
Oh, you turned it off. You turned it off already. So you should be able to refresh your sheet and then roll the check and again and see what happens.
Okay, just for science.
Yeah, it's just for science.
Oops.
are there any tomes, scrolls, books about like what's going on? Like, do they have anything like kind of laid out studying the storm?
There are some books in and about, but they all seem kind of like this is normal for them. So this seems like something that's not abnormal. But as far as the dome is concerned, it does not look like they have anything specific about like arcane barriers laying around. The things that you've noticed are more of just like regular reading material, some magical books that people are just reading to learn a little bit of magic, but nothing that's specific to barrier research.
Okay, so they're not really studying it. They're
Correct.
just relying on
Mm-hmm.
the blue meanie to
Mm-hmm.
guide them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try your roll again and see what happens when I do it for you. Maybe it'll roll. I don't know why it's giving you the +2 still. Who knows?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
It didn't that time.
No, I rolled that one.
He rolled that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, whatever.
But yes, it seems that they are relying on Warren Knackle to figure it out on his own, which might also be why he's a little stressed.
and I may have missed it, but they say how long this barrier. Like I know that,
Mhm.
like the time frame has it. How recent did this start?
They did not say,
Okay.
because it was not asked. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask. Excuse me. When did this barrier and all these deaths start?
Oh, they look. The winter kind of grabs your attention since Warren has gone back to smoke his pipe. They've been happening for a couple months at this point. You know, so we've been using the tunnels, but that has become more of an inconvenience now. So really, the past couple of weeks we've kind of been stuck. And you know, I've been gathering some folks to fix the problem, but I don't have enough of them yet. So enough that I would be willing to spare.
What's wrong in the tunnels?
You know, it's odd because normally with the tunnels we can pass in and out of the city, we go under the barrier, it's not a problem, we protect them from this side, they're protected from the other side, from more of our cohort, not a big deal. People pass in, people pass out. We don't have to worry about the magic adjustments. No biggie, as travel happens. But there's been weird sounds coming from down in there. We haven't quite figured out what it is. We've sent some people from the other side have gone down, but they never returned. We've gotten magical communique have come to Warren, who have said that there have been sounds of groaning and pain almost, and weird smells and noises, almost described as inhuman. They have sent more than a half a dozen people through the tunnels from one side, and they've not returned, and they've not come out this end. So I've just been trying to figure out who is the best equipped to go down there that I could afford to, well, potentially lose. And surprising nobody's volunteering to potentially die, which I can't blame them for. So we've been kind of hoping that Warren can just kind of see one of the futures where he figures out how to fix what's wrong with the dome. But so here we are.
Can I roll a check to see if I recognize, like, do any of those descriptions like strike a chord as to something that I might know from my past, or like, you know, from my knowledge?
Sure, you can roll a history check to see if you recall anything that might maybe fit the description.
Could I roll a survival check to see?
Sure.
Ooh. So it'll actually be a straight strength check because of my primal knowledge while I'm raging.
There you go.
Guidance.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
and guidance?
Yeah, D4. There you go. Bing, bang, boom.
Think hard. It's
So
patting your head.
that plus, it's a D4, right, for guidance?
Uh-huh.
23?
So, based on what they've said, you're not quite sure, but it sounds kind of like maybe creatures of death or undeath maybe might be down there. But without seeing, smelling, feeling, getting more, you're not quite sure. It could be a couple of things. It could be something along the lines of undead creatures. It could be things that have been resurrected and brought back. It could be necromancy. It could be a host of different things. You've heard before that there are those who utilize the darker sides of magic to kind of enthrall the dead to work for them, or enthrall the living to kind of become their subjects, and they will keep them that way past their natural death or unnatural death. So it sounds, based on your feelings and your past, feels like it could be something like that, but without more in-depth information and kind of first-hand knowledge, you don't know for sure.
Hearing her description and knowing from my past what it might be, Jarek looks at her and says, "We'll do it. Where's the tunnels?"
Oh, you want to go down and investigate and clear them out, huh? If there's a problem.
Yes.
Do you speak for your entire group, or is that just your opinion?
I'm going down there.
Understood.
If they want to follow
Derek
me,
is our
can.
leader.
I'm just playing eyeball tennis with everybody. Like, was this?
My eyes are still jet black also. Like, they are still not unnervingly, like, void.
Tristan will turn back to Wintermoon and say, "We have all been brought here by seemingly fate through our mentors and friends and family. We will do what is required."
Well, if you're all in agreement and you want to go down and figure out the tunnels, how about this? If that's your group's decision, if you are successful in clearing the path and allowing us to resume travel, I will reward you each with 5 gold pieces and assist you one time with one favor in the city. It'll be a favor for a favor, even though we're paying you. Do we have a deal?
Is that favors for each of us or just for all of us?
She beat me by 1 second.
One total favor.
Okay. I was just checking.
In my line of work, and she kind of like pulls out. You see, at this point, she's kind of pulled one of her assassin blades from her hip, and she's kind of just twisting it, like with the tip on one finger, and just kind of spinning it. In my line of work, it's always best to clarify.
I would like to reach out with my invisible mage hand and plink the dagger so that it falls over.
Interesting. Interesting.
Does Mage Hand have any kind of tell?
I mean, you have to cast it, right? But it's invisible after that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
that's one of my things, is that it is actually invisible.
Yeah, and she's.
always.
I don't think you've cast it in front of the group before, so no one would know what you're doing other than maybe just talking weird. And as you go to plink the dagger out of the way, you see that immediately in front of you, Warren appears and just goes, "No, no, 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 no. No magic here. No.
So cool.
No. No."
So cool.
So cool.
And he looks over.
Is Ick still on my shoulders?
Oh yeah.
So then where does he teleport to? In front of me?
No, he teleports in front of Ick and is floating there.
That's not
Love
as
it.
funny as.
So-
Like, oh, he's clutched to your face.
So you're telling us no magic, but you just use magic. So it's kind of an oligarchy that we're dealing with here, a magical oligarchy, I'm assuming, of some sort.
Your magic was directly to affect our leader, whereas mine is to protect our leader. So, and yes, I know it's
I was gonna
protect and not
affect her knife.
protect. Oh, if you affect her knife, she'll kill you. This is more for everyone's safety. She is. She kind of looks around and whispers to you. She is an assassin by trade, and will murder all of you. I would highly recommend not doing this. Trying to mess with her blades.
I just wanted to see if I could spin it on my mage hand.
You could just ask her. She might just let you.
Can I spin it on my mage hand? And I make my mage hand visible.
She goes, yeah, if you can catch it, and just yeets the
Okay.
dagger towards you.
All right.
I duck.
Please hit.
What would you like? A dexterity saving throw?
Yes, because she has a +10 to hit.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So it's going to be D13. You throw it, and she throws it at you just kind of offhanded, not like she was trying to kill you, but more of just to see if you could. And with your 19, you kind of dodge out the way, and your mage hand just catches it, lands on the tip of the finger, and it's just like spinning there in midair. And she kind of chuckles.
I don't know that. So,
Now
Ick
that's
has never
closer
done
to-
this before.
Hmm.
She's got to take her own hands and put it on the mage hand and try to spin it like a top. So I don't think she's actually doing very well.
She just starts laughing.
Okay, here, you're very good at that. And the mage hand brings it back over.
Do I
I'm
recognize
sorry I didn't
anything about
ask.
the? Do I recognize anything about the knife while it's like right in front of my face?
It looks like it's definitely got bloodstains in it. It looks like it has been used for many a kill.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't look like there's anything other than it being a.
Runes or etchings on it. Or
Yeah,
anything.
no. This looks like it's just a standard dagger used for assassination purposes. Now,
Very
she.
dependable dagger.
Yes, she's got 4 of them on her, so there could be other ones. But
Oh,
she's also has
sure.
a BIOS, yeah. So, but this is just her fuck around and find out dagger, basically. So,
We call it gritty.
yeah.
With Warren,
There
is
we
Warren
go.
still floating up in the air, like around my head?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take basically the shaft of my glaive and basically just like try to brush him out of the way, like I'm swatting out a fly, while still maintaining eye contact with Wintermoon. Which way to the tunnels?
Warren just kind of floats backwards, getting like he's like yeah, doing the whole like flapping his hands back and forth, trying to get your thing out of his voice, like meh, and like floats back to where he was. We'll have one of our looks over. Lisa, take them to the tunnel. And you see this small child, kind of runs like, okay, let's go, and starts to lead you guys towards the tunnels. As you guys are being led toward the tunnels, Domas kind of speaks up, says, I'm gonna stay here. I need to process the last day and a half, and work on, my music and my stories for my dead friends. So, I'm gonna process that here on my own. So, good luck.
I understand that diplomatically means that he is fed up with us, and yes, he's processing in as far away as humanly possible.
Yeah, can I make an insight check to see if he's actually like
Yeah,
legit upset or if he's just being a coward?
yeah, sure.
Legit upset.
Yeah,
He was almost
you can tell that
friends.
it's 2022, but yeah, he's definitely still upset from being told by all of you that all of his friends are dead. Yesterday, and then immediately getting ambushed, attacked, and now finding himself here in this situation that he was not fully ready for. So he's really not that old as far as like Umber orcs go. He's still like a young dude, affected like equivalent to like late 20s, early 30s of age range, to find out that all of his good friends are dead. So he's processing. So he's gonna go and play his out of tune train whistle, wooden flute, and work on his stuff.
I'm gonna druid craft another flower crown on him,
He
and it's just gonna
appreciates it.
and it's just gonna be on top of the current one, so it's kind of like just druid craft ring toss on top of his head at this point.
He nods. Thank you
Do you
so
think he
much.
slept in the previous one?
Oh, he
He may have.
100%. He did. You can see it's definitely wilted on one side where he was sleeping more heavily on one side than the other.
Yeah.
The small child, what race is she?
Just looks like a little human girl.
Okay.
So, nothing
He's
too crazy
pulling
with her.
at Jarek's ear. Hey, Jarek. Hey, Jarek. Hey, Jarek.
What?
What is that? And she's pointing at the small child.
I think it's a human child. I don't know.
That's a child.
Yes.
Okay.
She's about the same size as you, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How old do you think it is?
I'm 9.
Oh.
It claims to be 9.
Oh. Well,
He claims.
maybe I'm 9.
Yes, you're probably also 9.
Except I'm 19. Well, or maybe 42. It just starts counting on their fingers.
Lisa.
Her weird backwards
right.
fingers.
Lisa leads you guys
They're
towards.
just long. They're not.
She
I'm
leads
kind
you.
of like
Hmm?
making little silly faces at the
Yeah.
girl behind Jarek's back, like just
Lisa leads you to basically one of those, like, you know, the basement doors, like cellar doors that are inside older TV houses. Yeah, one of those, and basically takes you down to like a wine cellar equivalent, and then points. If you follow those stairs for like 10 minutes, you'll be in the tunnels, and then there's lots of stuff down there. There's lots of tunnels. There's no light. It's very dark, so you'll need light. So good luck with that. I hope you're not afraid of monsters or the dark. Bye! And then runs away.
Which tunnel?
All of them. There's only one.
Oh, you said tunnels.
Well, there's twists and turns, but there's only one. They're all one
Oh,
big tunnel. They're one big cave tunnel thing.
So, Jarek, I guess children don't know how to speak clearly.
No.
Okay. Then I must not be 9.
That is. Yes.
It has been at this
Yes.
point, right about 10-ish minutes with the conversation between everyone that had been happening and getting yourself organized to get down here.
My eyes swirl back to
Yeah.
their normal gray.
What is your marching order for going down these steps?
Jarek is charging head first.
Okay.
I'll be
Not
right behind
charging,
him.
but he would be going first.
Okay.
Once we got there, I would take Ake off of my shoulders because I do not want her in the front, and I also would like a little bit of quiet in my head.
Okay. So we got
I will
Jarek in front.
probably
Mhm.
I will probably keep Ick in the middle, and just kind of keep her close, and I'm going to cast light.
Ooh. On yourself, on someone else.
Let me make her glow.
All right.
Actually, wait. Can I make Mothy McMothface glow?
You can.
And that way we can have a flying lamp.
And light is what, 20/20?
Yes, I think it's the same as the torch.
I think so.
So I can have Mothy go ahead of us, just fly a little bit ahead and cast light. Let me.
Cool. All right. Well, let's do this. You cast light on Mothi as you guys go down there. Let's
Yeah,
take
20 feet.
Yeah.
20 feet sphere.
Do you have a specific color you want it to be?
Like just a light amber. Kind of, it's the color of my energy.
All right.
Pretty.
I'm here for that.
Like a
Let's
moth
go
wrapped in
with
amber.
this one. Cool. All right. So,
I'm
yeah.
casting mage armor
okay. Casting mage
on
armor.
myself.
Got it. Got it.
Rel, are you wearing armor?
I am wearing. Let's see. What did I put in there? It was It's I don't know if I was allowed to do this, but it was some kind of silk or something like that. It was like adventurer's silk or something like that. It acted as light armor.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't give like any magical bonuses or anything,
No, no magical
just
bonuses.
standard armor. It can be silk. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
whatever you wanted it to be.
Okay, because I have freebie mage armors for people who are not wearing any armor, like
True.
me, which is makes you 13 plus your dex. So I don't know if that's any better than what you
Let me see if I can
My
find it here real quick.
my AC is 10.
That
Was
sounds like
it?
no armor.
That's true. I don't know what it was. Yeah, there's definitely no armor going on right now.
Well, I mean, I put it in my items. I don't
Yeah,
know if.
I don't know where it went because
I'm back.
I remember seeing it. Now was it one of the Pride? Was it like the Pride Silk outfit or Pride Silk?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
cool.
There you go. So when you put that on, your AC is now 11. Oh, but it also gives you disadvantage on all the stuff. That's why. Because I don't know why it gives you all that disadvantage. That's weird. You can just
Well,
get
that.
you can just get regular light armor if you want.
All right. Yeah, I'll just get regular
And
light
then you
armor.
can just flavor it to be whatever you want. So,
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I don't think she would have thought to wear armor. Like
right.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not wearing armor, you can have 13 plus your dex
Per that works. That
for
works.
8 hours.
13 plus
Just
my dex, and my dex is 0.
same.
So you
It
both
will
have.
just make Rel lean down to her and boop you on the nose. There.
There you
Oh,
go.
well, thank you.
So you also now have a 13 AC. So we're good there. So as you guys get into the cave, I have the order as Jarek, Ikrel, Tristan with Mothi McMothface lighting the way ahead. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yarp.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will come back into the undergrounds.
Nice.
All right. All right, and we are back. So you guys get led to the staircase to the underground tunnel from Lulisa. And you guys found your marching order, prepared yourselves as you were making your way down there, and you guys find yourselves over here. You should be able to move McMothface. If you cannot, let me know, and I can also move. There you go. And their light is the amber light. So, but yeah, you guys have the undergrounds. And as you kind of get down here, it smells awful. It smells like rotting meats and fleshes. You hear groans kind of in passing, things skittering, the drips of water. It's just generally unsettling down here.
Yeah, Mothy will try to keep ahead of everybody by
The reason that you see everything in faded light is because you don't have dark vision, so you're seeing
Okay.
based on what you see with the nocturnal view from the light from Mothi McMothface.
Thank
Can
you.
Yep,
I
so
I had never seen it look like that before.
real quickly
Mm-hmm. So,
use primeval awareness?
sure. What does primeval awareness do for you? There are undead down here, and aberrations.
I will inform the group of that.
You also hear a dog barking.
And I will also draw my swords.
Okay.
I have my glaive is like at the ready, but still very casual.
Okay. What
Can
is?
I
Mhm.
hold an Eldritch Blast?
Sure. What is your passive perception, Jarek?
Oh, probably something low, like a 12.
right.
Aren't you proud of me, Alex? I made another non-wisdom based character.
It's true, you did. All right, cool. Thank you for telling me.
You're almost welcome. I'm going to just put it in the red slot of my character token so you can see it whenever you'd like.
Cool.
And then do I hear any at this point? I see I'm somewhat at a crossroads. Do I hear the sound coming from one particular area more? I'm now actively listening.
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
You hear noises and grunts more so coming from. I'm just gonna do it with a little measuring thing because it'll be easier than just highlighting it. So like more so from like down this way, you hear some.
I don't see any symbol, any like lines at all.
You don't see this line? Oh wait.
No, are you in GM?
Maybe. Oh, I was. There we go. You hear some from down this way. You hear some from this way, and maybe something from this general direction. So.
Okay.
A little bit everywhere.
I'm just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And
Okay.
I'll just sort of wait there.
All right.
I'll like. Oh, sorry. I went up this direction. I would motion to you that I'm just got to go up and see what I see.
Mm-hmm. And the things that are like the big blocks of light that you can't see in between you seem to be like big rock pillars. Basically like big rock beams. Think of it like that way, like natural rock stuff. Natural rock columns.
Before Tristan gets too far ahead of me, I'm going to tap him on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Are you going to be okay?" And I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on him.
Oh, snap.
Snap.
I don't know what that is, but it's cool.
Which ability are you enhancing?
Let's see. Which one do I want to give you? Let's see. What
We were just talking about bear butt plugs.
yeah.
That's right.
I'm not
The bear one.
I was going to say, what is your lowest stat?
That'd be intelligence.
I'm not going to give you anything intelligence based because I don't think we're going to need it. I'll give you
Not really. Dexterity would probably be most useful.
I was going to say I'm going to give you Cat's Grace, which the target has advantage on dex checks. It also doesn't take damage from falling d20 from falling 20 feet or less, and if it is incapacitated.
Nice.
So you have
Wow.
yeah.
And that's concentration for you, I believe, right? Yes, it
Uh-huh.
is. Cool. I'll put a little McDot on you. We'll say it's blue. Cool. And that's your first spell slot of the day, McBurned. So.
Yep.
All right.
Tristan's just gonna stay for this moment on this corner.
Okay.
And try to keep Jarek within eyesight, or at least earshot.
Okay.
Rel, are you wearing like fluttery sleeves?
Not really.
Okay.
Why do you want to hide my sleeve?
I need to. I'm not that small, but well, I mean, I don't know how big your sleeve is, I guess, but I just Ika's having a little bit of trouble keeping up, so she wants to just like grab onto, not your hands, because we might be fighting things, but like if you've got a belt, she could reach up and grab onto, or just something like that.
Yeah, you got a belt. You can also, ride on my shoulders.
Oh.
Because I'm 6 feet tall. So.
Uppies.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you are back here then with Rel. All right.
Yes.
So you're hanging out there, Tristan. You're getting some uppies, and Jarek, you're walking around glaive out.
All right.
Actually, she's riding me like Luke Skywalker and Yoda.
Nice.
So I would go another 30 feet to there.
Okay.
Seeing him move forward a little bit, I will move to the next corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep Mothy up at least with
Jarek.
Jarek.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Do I hear, like, I see it looks like, I don't know if this is a wall or just a pillar.
It's
so, like,
it looks like a wall based on where the two things are curving around it. Looks like it's a split path.
Can I roll another perception to hear, like, north or south?
You can hear from all of the directions from there,
All the
from
directions?
both of them.
Well, he kind of like pauses. Tristan's gonna catch up to him and like put his hand on his shoulder. Like, what are you looking for?
Things that aren't supposed to be here. Can you smell it? Nothing but death down here.
There's bugs too.
As
Can I
you're,
look around?
yeah,
Can I look around to see if I see any tracks or any evidence to what?
yeah, you can roll
Exactly,
me
maybe
either
around
a perception or a survival for that. And as you guys are also walking through this darkened underground tunnel, you also see that alongside the smell of undeath and just decomposition, that there are many different colorations of bioluminescent chrysanthemums growing down here.
Hmm.
With
Why?
it would be an 11, right? Because that plus 2 is not there
Yeah,
for some reason.
I realized I turned the wrong thing off.
Oh, you're fine.
Let's fix now.
You don't really see any specific tracks or anything like that.
Well,
Which
can
way
I
are you
have
going?
one?
I'm gonna just sort of like point north.
'Kay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
Can I have one?
do I see what I see?
You see what you see.
Does it see us?
Yes, they all see you. Roll initiative for me,
Cool.
please. There you go.
Boop.
Where's I'm looking for? I need that. And I need-
Nope, guess I'm going first.
Oh, smokes!
Okay, just because I need it. Okay, this is real obnoxious.
Is it?
Every time I click something, it pulls up like the side menu
That is weird.
of what that thing is.
Yeah, no, it does that for me too.
It just started doing it. What did I do?
No, it's always done that for me though.
Oh, it's never done that for me.
And then this one's
Very
got. I don't know
obnoxious.
why they're rolling at advantage. They shouldn't. Actually, I'm just gonna do it this way. This will make it easier. Go to new. Give me 1 second here, and we'll just pop it out this way. And we want this one. Oops, wrong button. Can't type apparently. And here we go. All right, cool. Did you roll your you have advantage on your initiative because of your cat's grace. So,
Oh, okay. I'll roll it again.
11. All right. So who has a higher initiative? You or Jared?
He does. He's got me.
Assume I do.
Cool. So we'll just do 18.1. Bam. Cool. All right. All right. So we are where we are now. Good. All right. So this zombie that you see is going. He has. Oh, he's a fast one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Bam! Sprints right across at you. You are holding Eldritch Blast. You see it as it gets up right to his face. You can release the one Eldritch Blast.
Huzzah.
Please don't hit me.
It does hit.
Okay. Let's roll some damage. And this is my agonizing Eldritch Blast.
You hit him right in the chest.
Just evaporates.
And this thing takes. Here's what it looks like. Bam! Husk zombie. It's a feral, small creature. Not small, but frail.
Small.
Yes.
It's large. It's feral. I meant to say it's.
As
Okay.
opposed to the
Yeah.
common domesticated.
Yes. Yes. It gets 2 attacks against you,
Okay.
Shrek. Here's your
It
first
has
attack.
fingers almost like me.
All right. Put these where they need to be. 23 for 7, and a 21 for 4.
Okay.
So, That is its turn. Tristan.
Tristan is gonna move over here and
Mhm.
seeing the next one, which is around the corner, for
Mhm.
those who probably can't see it. And he's just going to attack.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just going to attack. Actions. Yep, this one.
That will miss.
Indeed.
Bounces off his vertebrae and doesn't really take hold.
I'll attack again. There we go.
Nemesis does hit.
Okay. And there's my damage. This is gonna get real old real quickly. How do you deal with this? Holy.
Well, so that's all going to be together for 11 or 13 because your swarm. If you want the swarm to do damage, otherwise the swarm you can have it do something else, but you do get
No,
the swarm
I
damage.
need to turn that off too.
Okay. Do you want it to do damage this time, or do you want the swarm to do something else?
No, that. Oh wait.
Because that will be on. You want your swarm damage on. That way, if you just don't want it, I just ignore it.
Okay, turn it back on. Yes, I want to add that damage. I can't take a bonus action because that was my bonus action.
Cool. All right. So it's a total of 13 damage. Bam. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No.
All right, Jarek.
I will rage,
Excellent.
and then I will recklessly slash at this thing with my glaive.
Do it.
23 to hit
Yeah.
for 11 damage.
It's on death's door, but it's there, still standing.
That is my turn.
All right. It's the second zombie's turn.
Thank
It can
you.
go 5, 10, 15, 20, and it can't get anywhere with attack, so it's just gonna action dash and just bump into you with its entrails just hanging out. You get one of these coming at you. Rel, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to. I think I'm gonna just probably try to hit him with a shillelagh. I'm gonna try to get a kind of close and hit him with shillelagh.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that shillelagh smackaroony.
Roll me that beautiful bean footage.
Excellent. I am a fan of Bush's Baked Beans and their commercials.
Mhm.
You would.
I got a
16?
16.
It
Yeah.
does. It does hit.
7 damage or 9 damage.
I don't know why. I'm gonna have to figure out why it keeps rolling criticals for you. All right.
Because I'm awesome.
And these Leon's doing all kinds of jank stuff tonight.
It's true.
Let me try turning off my dice, even though they're awesome, and see if that helps.
Let me. Oop, wrong button. Get out of here. And I need
Real quick, did you give 13 or 11 damage to the
13.
from my hit? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure I didn't mark down this one.
You smash this thing with a shillelagh, and it goes down, and then right in front of Jarek, it clambers in with all of its bony fingers and claws itself back to its feet. It doesn't stay down. It passes its save with a 23. Anything else on your turn?
No. I'm just gonna keep Mothy McMoth face ahead, like, hovering around us just to kind of make sure we have light, and just try to keep away from the zombies as much as humanly possible.
All right. This guy rolled a 3 on his initiative, so he's actually right before you, Ick. But he had to use his action to dash to get up right behind you. But now you have the zombie that has dashed up right behind you. And now it's your turn.
Okay, so I was still on Rel's back, so I'm going to leap off of Rel onto this,
Okay.
and if anybody was looking, which y'all have your own problems going on right now, but all of a sudden Ix nails sharpen and they look more like claws, those long fingers, and fangs come out of her mouth, and I'm attacking with primal savagery.
She's going feral, guys,
That's right.
but failing again.
No! And I just miss.
And then your nails and teeth retreat.
Just,
The things
Yep.
we do for character building.
yep.
Anything else on your turn?
Is that a medium?
Yes,
Is that a medium creature?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that I'm going to, if I go to there, I'm out of. You know what? I'm going to risk an attack of opportunity
Okay.
and scoot through Rel's legs. Oh, is this a full square right here?
No, it's the wall.
Not really?
I just just the
Okay.
way I had to draw the line.
I'm going to take, the chance at a attack of opportunity and just come up here if I can,
I'll say you can squeeze in there, sure.
so that I am a small, so that I'm behind Tristan, and then
Well,
that's my turn.
it rolled a natural 20 plus 3
Oh, okay.
for a total of 5 damage.
Alrighty.
Because I gotta remember, we're just doing double dice rolls, right? Is that what we're doing? Or do
You're the DM.
Entirely up to you.
I can't remember what we agreed on.
I think that's what we said. Yeah.
Let me see.
Double dice for what?
Crits.
I
Yeah,
believe so.
for crits. Let me just Google it. Google it. By that I mean search. Normal to potentially readdress later. Okay, cool. So I'll just go with the number it gives me on the dice. Well, if we're doing double dice, it will be a total of 7, not 5, because the dice will
Okay.
have doubled. So 7 damage, not 5.
Gotcha.
As you just get axe handle slammed into that wall over there. So you get to the wall a lot faster than you
Right.
maybe thought you were going to.
Yep.
This husk zombie crawling itself back up your flesh, Jarek. It's going to take one swipe at Rel and one swipe at you. It's going to take the one at Rel first because you...
I should have mentioned when I struck it, it almost appears like a ghostly. I believe probably only to me do I see this, but a ghostly figure almost appears up behind it, attempting to restrain
All right.
these. So any attacks at other creatures or creatures other than me are at disadvantage.
All right.
And even if they hit, they have resistance to that damage.
Well, it's got a -4 of intelligence and -2 to wisdom, so it doesn't know that. But it's the first attack against Rel at disadvantage, which comes out to a grand total. I rolled 2 17s for a 6, but you only take 3 damage.
What kind of damage is it?
Slashing.
Okay.
So you take 3 from the resistance, and then he's going to turn and take an attack at you, Jarek.
It
I
has
will
advantage.
use my reaction
Oh, it does have-
to attack him afterwards.
Yes. The advantage attack against you, Jarek, is a 17 for 4 reduced to 2 because you're raging, and then Tristan, you can use your reaction to attack. 7 will miss.
This is so obnoxious. What is this?
That defender.
But it is your turn now.
Hey, he's not doing great.
He's not. He's barely hanging
Let's
out.
see. I am confident that
Love to hear it.
Jarek and Rel will be able to take care of this guy. So I'm going to attack this one.
Okay. An 8.
sake.
No, an 8 hits a regular zombie.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's the regular
Okay.
zombie armor class. The
I'm
husk
gonna
zombie is
use-
just thicker.
Okay, that was defender, so I'm going to use
Ick.
one of its charges and give that many hit points back to Jarek.
Okay.
And
You feel an infusion of natural magic, kind of. It's like it's being stolen. You're not using
I'm
the
not
swarm?
using that gathered storm. Instead,
Okay.
it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Or be pushed? Or
Be
moved?
Pushed. Yeah.
It rolls a 6.
DC is 12, so it fails.
Yeah, it fails.
And it must try to
I think it's like 15 feet.
15 feet horizontally in a direction of my choice, and that direction would just be back this way.
Okay. Now, did you want to take your, or are you gonna run up to it, or did you want to take your second attack and then move him on the swarm with your second attack? Oh, because you have to. That's
say
your
that
bonus.
again? You cut-
That's
you
your
cut
that's your
out.
bonus action to do that, right? With no, you can just do that after you hit with an attack.
That was my natural.
Okay.
No, so that was my main attack.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to dart down
Oh, you're
to
running.
this one,
All right.
and
It's gonna take an attack of opportunity as you run by. Is it
Who?
still the husk
Oh,
zombie?
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Is it still at disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay. How does a 9 feel to hit?
Honestly, pretty good. You know, like a
You scratched.
Light breeze.
how a cat it
Yeah.
feels good when a cat licks your hand.
You got your back scratched
Yeah.
nicely. But yes, you
Like,
get.
over time this might hurt, but okay,
But
and then I'm
yes.
going to attack this second one with my bonus action.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Poof.
And I will be taking all of that damage except the swarm damage.
Okay, so 15. That's a very large hit on a zombie.
Yeah.
All right, Jarek.
Okay. I only got the one and done, so reckless at the husk in front of me.
Okay.
22
Yeah.
for 15.
Let's see. I'm gonna laugh if I have to roll a 20 total to pass this. He rolls a 12. So you slash the zombie this time, and as you slash it, it falls to the ground into a pile of meaty bones and stays there.
Excellent. 5, 10, 15.
Absolutely.
That is my turn.
All right. It is now that zombie's turn.
Okay.
You ran up to it. It's just gonna try and headbutt you in the face.
It has advantage.
For an 18.
That hits.
For 4, reduced to 2. As you just run up and it just like, it's still reeling from being pushed by the bugs. And it's like trying to bite and swat at them, and it just whaps its head forward and just cracks you right in the face with its forehead. And now its jaw kind of dislocates and hangs off a little bit, and it's just swinging. Rel.
Okay. I am going to so that one's gone. Okay, so I can go over to Ick
Mhm.
without an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
And I am probably just going to prepare a healing in case someone needs it for right now.
If you hold the
Okay.
healing, it will burn the healing spell by your next turn if not used.
Never,
just
yeah,
so you know.
never mind. Yeah,
Okay.
never mind then. Because looks like I don't want to get too close to that one.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna hit this one.
Okay.
With shillelagh.
Do it.
Might as well.
Do it.
And then I'll you know, go do that thing with the
Mhm.
dick and the hey and the
Yeah.
1 second. Un momento, por favor. There we go.
You're good.
14.
14 will hit.
Okay. And of course my critical damage.
It's not even showing up on my screen over here.
8.
Alright, 8 does take it down. Let me roll a con save for it. Oh, there it is. It was just slow. It took 8. It rolled an 8. And it is dead because it did not meet its undead fortitude save number.
And I am going to get over to Ick and try to block her from anything else coming in.
Alright, Ickbreen, your turn.
I'm going to. Let's see. Second. Let's see. Shoot. Okay. Save that move for another time, and I am going to Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
But I'm gonna, because I'm down here on the ground, so I'm gonna like sort of peer out from behind Rel and try to aim it so that so that it goes in between Jarek's legs near the floor.
Oh my god. You're gonna kneecap me from behind, and I'm not gonna be happy.
No. Oof.
That will hit.
Okay. Agonizing blast.
It's a very powerful. You blast it and you blow a hole in its abdomen, and now you see that viscera and organs are falling out the back of the zombie as well as the front of this zombie. Anything else on your turn?
It just cackles. No, I like where I am. I'm
Tristan.
good here.
Alright, Tristan will dart right over and take a swing at it.
Yep.
And this is just regular damage.
Alright, so
Well,
just...
I guess Gathered Storm too. 'cause
Alright, so
it
it's
isn't
gonna
that.
be 13, 18. It rolls enough to not stay alive. It is
Alright, I kind
dead.
of just dart right over and slice its head off.
Yeah. As you slice it off, y'all can go ahead and roll me perception checks real quick.
I need to see. Oh wait, I'll just roll it again.
Jesus.
Oh, fine, Tristan.
With
Oh, boy.
Hey, that makes sense. We're right there. We see it.
Mhm.
with all of those very good checks, you guys can hear and you can see. Well, I don't know if you can see him yet, but you can definitely. Here, I'll do this so you can see a couple of them. You can. Yes, you can hear that there are more creatures that are running up on you very quickly.
From which direction?
This
Jinx,
direction.
you owe me a Coke.
That direction. Let me.
Okay.
Oh, not from both. I was going to suggest, the Avengers circle up, but
Oh.
Let me find them real quick with what I need them. I saved them in a thing somewhere earlier. And you guys are also hearing from down this way, but over this way, splashing.
Hmm.
So,
I would yell out, "Ick!" Get ready to ready an Eldritch Blast for whatever appears from this way.
Okay.
Does that count as her holding one?
if she wants to hold one, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do these zombies look like super old and dried out?
The ones that
Or
are
do
dead,
they look? Yeah.
they don't look necessarily older. They look like they're relatively fresh meat. You do hear the dog kind of yelping and barking not too far off either.
You were serious about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the hand.
Oh,
off
I thought that
this
was
one.
like you heard a dog in real life.
No.
Sheep, like
You know.
Sheep was barking.
No, you heard a dog in the game.
Oh.
Okay.
What's your initiative, Tristan?
18.1.
Well, what's your initiative number? Is it +2, +3?
Plus three.
Plus three.
Okay, plus
Okay,
three.
cool. And yours, Jarek, is?
+2.
Roll me a d20. We'll do a d20 off.
D20 off.
All right.
Natural 1. Gosh,
Nice.
darn.
Oh.
That was for me. You rolled an
That was
8.
him.
You rolled an 8.
Oh, I rolled an 8. Oh shoot, they went simultaneously, so I thought I had lost.
Ah,
No,
victory.
we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna do this. There we go. That's the order. I just need to get them in the right order. All right. Tristan, you hear these things that are very quickly approaching. You hear almost like moist tentacles flopping on cold rock.
Oh boy.
Tentacles.
How? Is there some kind of roll I could actually? One second, let me look at. Is there any roll I could make to see like how far away they are? Or
Well,
is this like any second?
they
will be upon
they
us?
they sound like they're very close, coming from where you guys just came from. So
Okay. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire
okay. And where are you casting it? What can you see that you're
else.
casting it
It's
at?
a 20. I'm gonna cast it like right here.
You're gonna
'Cause
cast
it's
it on your party?
What's an area, right? So anything that goes in, or do I have to cast it
It's
on?
so when you cast Fairy Fire, it's everything at that immediate moment makes the save, and then if they're not in the area, it won't affect them.
Yeah, so
They
it's not
move-
saying they run through. It's something that hits things in that area, and then if they fail to save, they get stuck with it. If not,
Okay.
So,
Alright.
and you
So you
might
could-
be able to see them if you run out
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
I'll-
party.
Go back. That was what?
15,
10
15.
feet.
15.
20.
20.
Scroll.
And then you can
I'm not
see.
gonna go any further than
Here's
that,
what you
so-
see, though.
Wait, where do I see those?
You can see them.
Oh no!
You can see this one,
Oh.
and the one
Oh, I
kind of
see.
over there. Yeah, you can see them.
Okay.
Did you want to move Mothy McMouthface somewhere?
That's what I had you. I'm sorry, I was on mute because
No,
I was
you're good.
coughing. Would you like Mothy McMothface to come in and provide some light? Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I'll cast Fairy Fire on the two that I see.
Okay, so let me see if I can remember how I do this. It is a draw a rectangle. It's this, right? What's the measuring one for spells again? Where is it?
It's under measure, and then if you go from instead of
Ah,
line, you can do
square.
square.
All right, and where are you casting it? Like right here?
Yeah.
It's 20-foot radius, right?
Yep.
All right, well you
Well,
can.
It says cube 20 feet.
That's the cube 20 feet. You
Yeah,
can
20
actually
feet.
get all three of them. It's
Alright,
a
I'll
deck
get all three
save.
of them.
It's a deck save, right?
Yep.
All
That would
right.
be 12.
So,
I
all
feel
right.
like they might do.
1, 2, 3. So one of them fails. The other two do not. We'll say this green one is, and then I'm pretty sure Fairy Fire is concentration. So, that is your action.
Yes, it is concentration.
Cool. So the one is covered in. You see the glittery Fairy Fire just land and emit everywhere all around you. But the one choker is the only one who stays alight.
Okay. And is there a roll I could make to know what these, to remember what these are?
You can feel that they are aberrations based on your primeval awareness from earlier. So,
I'll yell that out to the group.
and they look very tentacly. So, but all right,
Excellent.
is that your turn?
Yep. I'll just kind of fortify myself right here.
All right, Jarek.
All right. 10, 20, 30. Oh my gosh, they are really small to see.
Yeah, right. I thought they were plants.
All right, so which one is glowing?
One with the green dot on it.
So I'm guessing this one then.
Yeah.
Okay, the light is cutting off the tip, so I can't actually see, but I can see that one's glowing. Then I am going to bonus action teleport. Kaboom!
Oh,
What?
snap! Oh yeah, you have that ability as a racial ability.
Bro just
Yes.
flanked himself.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. I do not care, and I'm going to attack that one. I have advantage.
Do it. You don't even have to reckless.
Nope.
Right in front of everybody.
He just popped. Oh yeah, that hits.
21.
Yeah.
For 9.
That does hit, and he's not very happy about that. And what languages do you speak again?
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay. He grumbles something back at you that sounds like something's drowning underwater, and you don't know what it is.
I roar back at him,
Cool.
like in a mocking way.
Primordial?
Also,
It's like Brendan Fraser from the
yes,
Mummy.
exactly.
All right.
Oh.
It's going to make 2 tentacle attacks at you.
Okay.
It's going to, let's see. If it's larger or smaller, it's grappled until the grapple ends. You're restrained, and the choker cannot use its tentacle on another target. It has 2 tentacles. If this attack is a crit, the target also cannot breathe or speak until the grapple ends. So, let's go and see what happens here. Whoops. We have a 8,
Miss.
and we have an 8.
Miss.
He's going to use this really neat ability called this, Aberrant Quickness, and jumps on his hands and tries to slap you with both of his feet now.
Okay.
A 13?
Rude.
Miss.
A 12.
Miss.
Just
I like to imagine that like he's hitting at me, but I'm just using like the blade of my glaive to
Actually,
like catch all of his
what's your
hits.
AC?
15.
So one of them do hit because you're in the flanked condition.
Oh, okay.
So
So, yes,
the
one would hit.
the 13 does hit you because your AC is currently 13. So
Okay.
you take 3 piercing damage and you're currently restrained.
Okay. And the only thing with restrained is I don't have movement, correct?
You also are, I'm pretty sure, have disadvantage on attacks, and attacks might have advantage on you. Let me double check here. Speed is 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage. You have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay, cool.
So, bam. So this other one then, because I'm pretty sure it's his turn. Yep. Behind you, he's going to attack you at advantage with your now 13 AC. So.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's right. It decreases our AC. It doesn't.
15 will hit.
Hits.
So we're gonna do this so neither one of us forget. You're gonna have a little snail on you.
Okay.
For 5, and
Is that are you giving me reduced or total?
oh, 5 down to 3.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say since they have more than one tentacle, they can attack you with each one. But he also has you restrained, so he basically only has one arm free right now.
Okay.
And then he will attack you again at advantage with a 24 for
That
3
hits.
for 3 total damage. So you take a total of 9 total damage this whole round.
Okay.
And you are restrained by both of these guys, but that also means they cannot. Yeah, they both have a free hand, but they have you restrained, so they're not going to go anywhere. Rel.
Okay, so my question is,
Mhm.
if I go into wild shape, do I drop concentration?
No,
Okay.
not until you are hit, and then you just roll a con save in your wild shape, and then if that fails, then you drop the spell.
Okay, so I am going to wild shape. It looks like I can do a boar.
Cool, and that will be your action to be a boar.
Yes, and I'm also going to, I believe it is a, hold on for 1 second. It is, it's one action, but it's also a blighted shape.
Ooh, spicy.
So I gain proficiency in intimidation, and I gain a +2 bonus to my AC.
All right, what does your blighted shape boar look like for those who don't know about blight shape boars?
Okay, so since this is her first time, like kind of like she's basically never seen like the monster. She's kind of like starting to have a panic attack, and she's like starting to hyperventilate, and then she breathes, and then she rips, like her flesh rips, and just viscera and like werewolf in London special effects type shit.
Mhm.
And the boar is black. Her spine is spiked out and gnarled, and she's deformed, but in a very menacing way.
You also get a bunch of dark vision if you don't already have it.
I do. So I get an extra 60 feet of dark vision.
Yep, so you have 120 feet of dark vision as a boar. Can you control that boar? That token.
Where is it?
It's right in front of you.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I said yes. Yes, I can.
Yeah, to let you move it?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So yes, you have now this corrupted-looking, blighted boar that just appears in front of you in place of Rel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move your token over here though, so that you are out the way.
Hide me.
And your boar is there. And as long as you can move your boar, you can use your boar's bonus action and movement on this turn if it's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yours is all based on movement and stuff. But yeah, you have a higher AC now with your boar, and you're all spiky and angry looking. Anything
Yep.
you want to do?
And gross and
And
just
gross.
dripping in viscera and
Yeah.
ichor and yes. I am going to start
'Kay.
running towards the
All right.
area.
You have 40 feet as a boar, so you can get right beside Jarek if you want.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
All right, cool. Jarek, you just see this horrifying boar, which to you honestly looks like a normal boar because the boars in the Twilight Highlands are pretty jacked up most of the time. The animals are real spooky. So you're just like, where'd this boar come from? So
Makes sense.
all right,
He's like, did I cast Find Familiar?
where'd this boar come from? I don't know. All
Not
right.
gonna lie, it's looking kind of tasty.
This other slimy creature, I'm gonna, let's see what's he got. 30 feet of movement? 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna roll a d4, and actually, he's not worried about the boar, but the person who just cast magic at him, he doesn't really like. So he's gonna run towards you, Jarek, or Tristan, and he's gonna take some slaps.
Okay.
Slap fight.
An 8
No.
and a 17.
Yarp.
All right, so you get tentacle slapped for 5, and you are considered restrained. I also need you to make a con save, DC 10, to see if the fairy fire stays or if the fairy fire goes.
That was not it.
It's true. It was not.
That was it.
The fairy fire fades away. All right, but that is its turn. Ickbean, you saw your friend turn into a scary boar, and you see these slimy
Question,
things.
was Ickbean holding on to an Eldritch Blast?
I don't know.
I was, but I can't see anything. So I think just since it's around to my turn, I probably have lost
Well,
it.
you could
This
you could see the choker
Yeah,
that
you can
appeared
see this
in front
one.
of
Can
Tristan.
I?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. See,
I know
in
what
real
the
life,
I know
can't.
what I know what the red. Let's do this actually. Let's just make this. How about we just do? Tell me if this is better. Is that better?
Yes, thank you. My God. All right.
You wanted amber. I gave you amber. I
It
gave the
wasn't
people.
me.
I gave the people what the people asked for.
Well, it was the
I don't remember
princess.
asking for shit.
It was the princess. Okay, so if you'll let me.
Yes, you can
do
use
that
your
Eldritch
reaction
blast
to
that I
have.
was holding.
Yes, so that'll be you'll hit as Tristan gets shellacked with it. Yeah, 20.
Oh,
20,
finally.
20 does hit.
Watch it do like 2 damage.
It's on death.
Hey,
It's
I've
on.
been hitting this whole time.
It's on death's door.
So blast.
Yeah, and now your full turn.
Okay, so Ick had been in the process of taking the hands off that one zombie when they heard the whole like the rending of flesh and the stuff just slopping. And that was delightful. Ick is like, oh. And so she's gonna run forward.
Okay.
To get to that's good enough. Next to Tristan. And I just imagine that a lot of the time it runs like a monkey, like an orangutan with the arms up in the air. So in this case, the arms are up in the air, and then she's got those long-fingered hands, and then she's holding those long-fingered zombie hands. And
Mhm.
she's yelling, "Don't hurt the boar! Don't hurt the boar! It's Rel! Don't hurt the boar!" And then she's going to go ahead and take, this is one of them, right?
That's the moth.
No, that one.
That's
Okay,
Mothy
sorry.
McMothface.
No,
There's
no,
this one
sorry,
and
Mothy.
this one.
No, Mothy. Wait, this one isn't dead yet, correct?
Correct.
That one is not dead yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna try this again. She's actually gonna keep moving and slip to here, and then we're gonna try Primal Savagery again.
Ooh, do it. Nope.
Well, I'll just stay there.
Okay.
Just going,
You do have your dice card.
Yeah, I do.
Tristan, you are restrained, so your attacks are at disadvantage against a choker.
Well, I'm attack that one anyway.
That will hit. Yes.
Take your pick.
Yes. Do you do 2
Oh, I
damage?
forgot disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do 2 damage?
I believe
what?
the minimum yes.
Yeah. Do you do 2 damage at minimum?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. It's dead.
Okay. And then I'm going
You are
to...
no longer restrained as you stab it and slash off the spiky tentacle hand that is latching onto your face.
Excellent. I'm going to dart over here, which should give me advantage, right?
Yes, you are. Well, he's restrained, so he has disadvantage, but you and the boar are there. We'll say for this, you guys are pretty much surrounding. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you can't, because you can't get that weird wall angle, but yeah, you can have the. It has -2 to its AC, because it's flanked. Yeah, it hits anyway. So, 5.
That will... Oh, yeah, it's just that. Both.
And as you run up and slash onto that one, you release one of the restraints that are on Jarek, and it dies. He had 4
Nice.
HP.
And then, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll move right there.
All right, Jarek, you are still restrained by this other one.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you are.
Bonus action.
Okay.
Teleport to
Ah,
right there.
True. You are no longer restrained.
Nice. Nice, nice,
Technically, you were.
Nice.
Technically, I was, but not for long. I like to imagine that he's holding on to me, and I suddenly just like dissipate out of his arms. He's just like, excuse me.
Sir, please return.
He's hugging himself now.
Yeah. And I do not consent as I recklessly attack him.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
17
Yes, that will hit.
for 11.
He's still alive, barely, but he's alive.
That's fine. He can be alive if he wants to.
All right, Choker's got 2 arms. It's gonna take a tentacle at each of you two.
Okay, he has disadvantage against Tristan.
All right, he'll attack you first because I don't want to press
Okay.
disadvantage. A 9,
That will miss.
and then against Tristan a 12. It was a 14 either way, at worst. That's their turn. Oh wait, this one didn't use its aberrant action yet. It's gonna
Nope, it
try
hasn't.
that again. It's gonna try and attack Jarek
Okay,
with an 18
that hits.
for a total of 3 damage, and you're restrained again,
Excellent.
and
I heal.
a total of a 15 against Tristan.
Is that with his disadvantage?
Yeah, he had a 23 and a 15.
Okay.
That meets.
All right, so you take 5 piercing damage, and you are also restrained. Is this thing
Reduced as well.
Yeah, so you have 3 damage.
Okay.
So you guys basically at this exact moment have him in, like, he's on
We're
a
like in a 3-way grapple.
yeah, he's like trying to grab both of you, and he has his hands engulfed over y'all's faces. Rel, it is your turn.
Okay, so where is this other creature? I can't see it.
It's between these 2 guys. It's dead.
Okay, okay. Oh,
But
it's dead.
what? It's not dead. It's dead in there. I meant. What's your passive
Okay.
perception?
My passive perception is 12.
All right, let me check something here real quick.
Criminally underrated.
You hear coming from down this direction
Mhm.
the panting of a dog.
Okay.
He's actually right there.
Doggy!
You can see a zombie dog and a zombie behind it.
Okay. So, I am going to charge at it and hit it with my tusks.
All right, I'm gonna throw them both into initiative just so I have them, and you're up next. Anyway, I'll make the zombie go after you because that'll just make the most sense. So you're gonna charge at the zombie dog, hit it with your tusks.
Mm-hmm.
Shot it, bluff. All right, what's the? I can.
I'm trying to find.
No, you're
I'm
good.
trying to find.
If you click on, let's see, you have a. It's a +3 to hit. For so, we can add it into your sheet. I'll add it in your sheet right now, actually. But it'll be a d20 +3. Rel. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
You're walking in the woods.
There's no one around. And you're throwing
All right,
sticks.
it is now in your extras. So if you were to click on your extras, you can roll directly from your sheet now. So you probably have to refresh your sheet, but yeah,
Okay.
it'll be under.
I'm gonna.
Ash,
Yeah, I'm
so.
gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
Do it.
Look at this DM. Being all prepared and shit.
Oh, that was on the fly. That wasn't prepared at all. That was me just doing it right then.
Yeah, I know, but still, you did
Even
it.
better.
I did it. Well, what's the actual hit? I wonder.
I was gonna say that's just damage.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was that was the charge. Go ahead and you got to scroll down to Tusk and hit the Tusk attack.
Okay.
If you hit, you do the extra 4 damage because you rolled a 4.
There we go. Sorry.
No, you are good. I still don't know why your sheet always crits. It shouldn't.
The heck?
But you definitely okay. So 6, 10, and let's see. So you do 10 damage. It's having a bad day. It's got to make a strength save, or it is prone. I think, right?
So you had a bad day. You took a Tuscan.
Do you have force crits on?
No. Where's that at?
If you click on the Beyond 20 button,
Uh-huh.
there's an option like
Oh,
force
yeah.
Do you have it
There
on?
we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that prone will be I don't know for this fight. It's that. It's prone now because it rolled an 8. So you charge and knocked it down. It's the zombie's turn. The zombie is gonna walk up. Doesn't like that you just attacked its doggo,
Mhm.
and it's
Who
gonna
cares about the doggo?
it's gonna slam you. Does a 16 hit your boar? I think it does. I think you're
Yeah, it does.
because you're a 15. You're a 13 now. So you take 5 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you got to roll a con save for your spell, for your enhanced ability.
Yeah,
A DC 10.
rolling it as a boar at least. Probably better.
That's 1 better. Yeah, you passed it anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
No, it's actually you're actually better than the boar. There you go. That makes sense. Yeah, cool. So your spell doesn't drop. You take 5 damage, and so your boar has 6 HP left. Zombie dog is prone. Zombie dog's gonna stand up, and zombie dog game recognizes game, and it's gonna try and just slam you with its head. 12 misses. Your head is too
Yes.
thick.
Thick, baby.
Because it rolled 6 damage, which would have taken you out of boar form and immediately back to scary row form. Alright. Ickbean.
Oh,
What?
I just like it when you do that. So Ick is gonna get. Let me see. Ick's gonna get right here, I think, and
Mhm.
try something fun. Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna do it first, and then we'll talk about it. How about that?
Sure.
Could I have the pupper make a strength 14 saving throw, please?
It rolls a 17.
Ah, rats. Okay. Well, some lightning streaks out from Ick's hands, and you see it. And Borrell sees the lightning kind of try to wrap around the dog's neck, and it just kind of fizzes out.
Oh, you tried to lightning lure this zombie dog.
Did, and I wanted to give Rel an attack.
You tried to put it on a leash. It wouldn't have. It wouldn't
did.
have got one because that would have been
I
forced
wanted
movement.
to leash the Oh, that's right. But anyway, yeah, I did
Yes.
want to leash the puppy.
Leashing the undead doge. Anything
Why?
on your turn? Anything else?
No.
All right, Tristan, you are restrained, so you have disadvantage, but you also have the -2 to their AC because you're flanking.
Well, I'm gonna take a whack at him anyway.
Do it. That misses. Well, you have disadvantage, so it doesn't matter anyway because you have missed. So roll me that again if you're doing a bonus
Okay.
action one.
Yeah, I'll roll the boat.
Because 12 misses anyway, so you gotta reroll that. That also misses.
That's a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
that's all I can do.
Jarek.
Okay. I'm going to recklessly attack, and this, I guess, will just be a straight roll then.
Straight roll and a -2 to their AC. That
16?
hits. Yep.
For 15.
It had 2 HP left. So
Ooh.
Not anymore.
it's obliterated.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's my turn.
Borel.
Rel.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was good.
Okay. I'm just got the intelligence of a boar, so I'm just going to back up and ram it again and ram the zombie. Actually, which one's got? Is the dog down? No, the dog's not
No,
down.
yeah, they're both up. The dog's the most hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the doge.
Alright, it's gonna try and smack you as you're backing up to get smacked by you. Does a 14 hit for 2 damage, so your boar's down to 4 damage, 4 HP. But you can certainly charge him now.
Yes.
And roll me a con save to see if you keep up your enhance ability on your boy.
Boink. I do.
Cool. And
Nice.
then you can just roll your tusk attack again, and then if you hit with tusks, you get to add your charge damage. Okay. Oh, well, yeah. There you go. As long as you hit, you need to meet an 8. So Jesus, yeah. And you can roll your charge damage on top of it, which is what, an extra d6, I think, or something. An extra 1d6. Yep. Ooh, 11.
Oh,
All right. Let's see. So it needs a 16. It rolls a 19 total. So you smash this dog, and it goes, meow, and then it just climbs back up to its feet and looks at you in the face and licks your snout angrily.
Oh.
It is the zombie's turn. It passes undead fortitude check, so the zombie will a 20 to hit your boar for 5 bludgeoning damage. So I think that drops you out of boar form, right? I think you had 4 left.
Are you muted, Rel?
I am sorry.
We'll do this.
Yeah. Swap me out.
Because you are now down to... You lose 1 HP from Rel because that damage carries over. And then roll another con save for enhance ability. It's got to be a 10.
Doink. Okay.
Oh yeah, so you still get to keep that up. And now it's the zombie dog's turn, who looks very confused that you are no longer a boar. And is gonna try and headbutt you with a 17 to hit
Yeah.
for 4 bludgeoning damage. And roll me another con save.
Sorry about that, Tristan. You're gonna probably lose your cat's grace at some point soon. Yep. Like
right,
that.
right,
Like a great
Oh.
right
Okay.
now. All right, Ickbean, it is your turn.
so Ick takes a closer look at that dog, and Jarek is right next to Ick. And Ick tugs on Jarek, says, "Can we take it with us? Look, it's a puppy."
No. If
Oh,
you get a puppy, it'll be all alive.
Oh, Jesus.
but it's so
No.
sticky.
No.
Okay.
This one stays here.
Okay. I'm not gonna kill it though. And I will take a Eldritch Blast shot at our friend right here.
All right. Yeah.
Haha.
Christ. Yeah, it's a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Not minus 123. That's too much. Anything else on your turn?
I think that I'm gonna scoot back up towards Mothy McMothface. And we had a dead thing right here. Was that one of the tentacled ones?
Yes, anything with the X on
Okay.
it is one of the
Right.
tentacle boys.
So it looks down at that. It hadn't gotten a good look at it before and goes, Mama? Oh, never mind. Not enough tentacles.
Oh.
And that's my turn.
Tristan.
Okay. I'm gonna come back around this corner. Right here. And attack this one.
Okay. Yep. You want the 5 or you want the 6?
6.
Okay, it's still standing. Yep.
And that's just the 9.
So it has to roll a 5 plus the damage that you do to not go down, right? It's rolled a total of a 14. So it goes down. It comes right back up with 1 HP.
Go again.
You go again. All right, Jarek.
Okay.
And remember, we do have cleave on, so
Yes.
Click on level.
cleave rules.
Yes, we do.
So
5, 10,
cleave on. It's like the clap light, but with murder.
20.
Cleave on, clap clap.
Okay.
Cleave off.
So I'm going to go. Let me see. is
Cleave
it
on,
Alt?
apply directly to forehead.
Not that. All right.
He's like,
5,
dance, I'm hearing back.
10, 15, 20. So I will take an attack of opportunity from the dog.
Okay. 12.
Misses. And I'm going to attack.
Yeah, and you're technically, they're both flanked because you guys are in all possible positions with the 3 of you.
Nice.
That's true. I will attack this zombie, but with a left to right slash to
Yeah.
lead into that one.
Got it.
And I will reckless.
Come on now.
Yep, dog's dying.
Come on now, yo.
19
Yep.
for 12.
Let
So I
me-
believe it'd be 1 carrying over 11 potentially.
So we need to do. I'm just gonna
So
say
how do-
it's 12 to both because zombies are
Okay.
weird in that it affects their save DC. So
Yes,
actually, I'll
yes.
say I'll say the zombie has 1 lower of a save DC
Okay,
because that seems right.
so 17 and a 16.
Yes. So the first one rolled a 21, the zombie,
Fuck.
and the dog rolled a 7.
Cool. Dog's dead.
Zombie Jeffrey just ain't going down.
So I slash into, through the zombie, cutting its gut, and then I like bury my glaive like into the side of the dog. And as I can feel it like shudder die, I look up at Ink, and like I shake my head no.
Oh,
All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that is my turn.
All right, Rao, you up.
you up?
Okay.
Hey, girl, you up.
Hey girl.
Yep. If I move, will the zombie get an attack of opportunity?
It'll be at disadvantage because of their capability from Jarek, but yeah, it will.
Okay. Then I'm actually going to stumble away. I'm just
Alright.
gonna like let them take I'm not even thinking at this point.
A
Like, I
natural
just heard-
1 or a 19. So natural
Yes.
1.
I just turned into a giant spiky slimy fucking boar. And I've never done it before and I don't know how that happened, so she's just stumbling away from the zombie right. And
Did he attack her?
At disadvantage,
Tried
yeah.
to.
yeah.
Does that activate my sentinel, even though it wasn't like
Yeah.
an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm
Ooh.
gonna attack him then.
All right. It's flanked, so it's got -2.
Get in.
That hits for sure.
Oh, show.
That is.
So
I'll take both.
okay. Can it work on a reaction attack for you? This swarm? I'm gonna say for this, yeah, just because I don't
think so.
I don't want to look it up, and it rolls a 7, so it dies.
It says on each of my turns, so I assume I just wouldn't be able to use it.
Well, yeah. So a reaction is not. Yeah. So a reaction's not your turn. So yes, that would work.
So probably not then.
No, I would say it will because it's similar to a rogue sneak attack in that you can technically sneak attack twice in a round because one is a reaction and not your turn. So
Okay.
I would say yes, you can do it as a reaction and you can do it once on your turn, and we'll just keep it like that. But Rel, you see the zombie as it goes to swipe at you get cut down by Tristan, and you also with your passive perception, you hear something in water over here.
And I go, bloody.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like shaky point my finger and go, more. And then that's that way. And I just point towards the sound of the noise.
All right. Anything else in your turn?
Not right now.
Okay. Ick Bean.
Is there anything left standing?
You just saw Rel point and say over there.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna have my emotional support moth come.
I'm gonna
Yes.
come down by Rel. Go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna hold there and just try to look around and listen.
Okay. You
And
you
go
hear
ahead.
splashing in water
Okay.
coming from down this direction.
I bet that's where the
Boy.
I bet that's where the frog foot tentacle things came from. Rel, you were amazing. It was so cool. You like just popped right out of your skin, and there was all kinds of like I think some of your organs, and there was like all this gush, and it kind of went blood all over the floor, and then you had these big pointy teeth, and you just ran, and it was amazing.
And I'm just nodding. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just kind of getting my. I guess I'll just get an attack ready in case.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold an Eldritch Blast.
Sounds good to me. It rolled really bad on its initiative, I'll tell you that. It rolled a 5.
Not as bad as me.
Right. Tristan, it is your turn.
And it's got a purple background, so you know it's a BBEG.
Oh, it's actually not the BBEG of this area.
Oh,
The BBEG
Oh,
of the
good.
area is
Okay.
avoidable if you really want. So,
Am I looking at the BBEG?
you were looking at this monster. Yes. Let me see if I can just pull it up and show you what it looks like. See if it will let me share it. Oh, hold on. Bam. I don't want it to show you. Oh, now it's not loading it. It's fine. But if you can see it, you can see it.
Looks pretty horrific.
Yeah. Cool. Anything you want to do on your turn with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
All right. See if you
I
can
did that.
see if you can see that in.
Oh, gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Hunter's mark. Cool. It's a zombie cave fish, guys. You mean you
I'm
ain't
just
never
gonna-
seen one before?
I'm just gonna stop right there. Stop right where I am. And I'm like, Jarek.
Buddy. Pal.
Guy.
It's your turn, Jarek.
All right. 5. Sorry. Are these squares I can run through or no?
That's more like the wall. You could run along it, but you
Okay,
can't run
well,
through it.
5, 10, 15, 20. here. 25, 30. I see it there.
Mm-hmm.
How high up is that, roughly?
It's below you.
Oh, it's down below.
It's
oh,
in
so that's like...
it's water. It's like a pond. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
So
5 feet
it's...
down to the edge and then like 15 feet down into the deep part.
What are these dynamic
Okay.
lighting spots? What is this?
They're little.
Pillars.
They're pillars, like not fully like full on pillars, but they're
Okay.
they're like 10 feet tall.
Okay.
Like
Um,
stalactites or stalagmites? Or...
Yeah, yeah. Rocks.
Yeah.
Is it within 30 feet of me, would you say?
I don't know. Measure it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, with the,
Oh,
with the
yeah, yeah.
vertical
Oh
tank.
yeah, you can see it. Yeah, it's heads out the water. Yeah.
Okay. Then
I don't know.
as
Measure.
I come running up, I sort of like swap hands with my glaive and hold my left hand, and I pull out a javelin. I'm gonna chuck a javelin at it.
All right.
Nice.
Do it.
Can't recklessly attack with a ranged weapon, which is stupid, but that's fine. 12.
Yeah.
So it takes
9 damage.
9 damage, and it is slowed.
Oh shit. Oh
Its
yeah.
speed is
Whoa.
reduced by 10 until the start of my next turn.
Oh great. Just what I needed.
Well, don't worry. I chucked my only glaive or javelin at it, so I don't think you're going to worry about that too much.
Rel, it is your turn.
I can't see. I mean, I heard it, but I can't see it.
Yeah.
So I am going to, I guess, Mothy McMoth face it, and try to help them, and just like light that up. And everybody, I can't see Jarek's health bar.
You have to
Um,
hover over if you... Or maybe not. Maybe you can't see it at all.
I can't see it at all.
I think.
Oh.
He's
I
the
thought we
only
did
one.
that by design.
That's right. Yeah, I did
Alex
say that.
did that last time.
Yeah, because no, I can see. I just can't see the numbers on the other two. I can see your bars, but I can't see your numbers.
How about now?
That is perfect. Okay.
I had to rebuild your token. That's why. I didn't remember everything I did because your token broke because you changed your name in D&D Beyond to what I had it at. So I had to fix your token, Jarek. So it's actually your
Okay.
fault.
Oh, my bad.
I'm going to, I guess, go over to Jarek and cast a first level cure wounds on him.
Snap.
Just-
Oh, I'm getting heals.
And now you can probably see the thing.
yes, I can see the thing.
It is quite gruesome.
7.
Damn it.
You got-
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It looks like a bloated, wet corpse. Its fingers and toes are webbed in slick, fleshy fins run down its spine and legs, poking through stretches of dead flesh. An overpowering stench of rot surrounds it.
It wants to take
Sparkle
away
and
my
I have
healthcare.
decided that it is actually Mitch McConnell.
You know, you're not wrong.
It's trying to take
Oh
away
my
my
gosh.
healthcare.
Could you say it's zombie cave Mitch McConnell instead of cave fish? It's cave Mitch.
Yes, it's Cave Mitch McConnell.
All right. Well, it's cave Mitch's turn.
Ironically enough, I'd rather vote for this.
Same.
Yes, Cave Fisherman. What are you going to do?
Could you love me?
Could you left me?
Could you lend to love me?
Did you ever drink Bailey's from a shoe?
It's gonna get right there, and that's what it can do. So it's gonna dash, and get to right there.
Okay.
Ik ben.
You know what? You can do that every single time. I'm going to laugh every single time.
Good.
Okay, so I'm kind of tired of not being able to see, and I have a torch and a tinderbox
All
in
right.
my bag.
All
Is
right.
that going to take up my whole turn?
I'll say you can do it with either all your movement or your bonus action half movement.
Are you the only one without dark vision, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
I might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're gonna have a little friend.
But I can still do a torch.
Yeah.
And then
Do you want-
Mothy will fly into it, and I'll be really sad.
Do you want a torch lit?
Yes, please.
Okay. It's what is it? 10-10? Is that what torches are? I think they're half of daylight.
so.
So I'm gonna say they are for now, and then if they need to be adjusted, I can adjust it. But we'll say it's 10-10 for now.
Oh, it's 20/20.
Like my vision. All right.
Yaha. Okay. So that's on my movement.
That's you can either do all your movement or your bonus action and half your movement.
If I could do bonus action and half movement,
works
that
for
would
me.
be groovy.
You can
So
get
then-
around these rocks here if you need to get around them.
Oh, okay.
You can squeeze around. They're just the way I had to draw it made it probably a little bit thicker than it needs to be. But it's to get through that, it would take you. It would be like your half movement to basically get to where Mothy McMoth faces, which is the other
Okay.
side of the
So
rocks.
like right there, is that okay?
Yeah, you can get there.
Okay. Great. Gotta go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Are we killing this one too?
You see a javelin sticking out of its chest.
Well, I don't know whose javelin that is.
Jarek just nods yes.
Okay.
Like an exasperated nod. Like,
Okay, Eldritch Blast. What a surprise.
hey.
Wow.
You just hit.
Yay.
All right. Alrighty.
Staying right there.
Tristan.
I will move down to right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Decisions. I guess I'll flank.
Okay.
Fully flank. And I will take one attack.
Yep.
11.
11, and then another d6 from Hunter's Mark. Or 10
Yes.
plus Hunter's Mark even.
There's the 6. There it is. Nice. Wait, did it not send?
Nope.
Oh,
That's-
it's a
What
6.
was it? 6? Alright, that's
It
fine.
was a 6.
I trust
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say-
I trust this is 6. It's probably on your on D&D Beyond there.
Yeah, I can see it on D&D
Cool,
Beyond.
cool. Alright, so
Okay.
16 damage so far. Alright.
Okay, and then is that with Gather Storm? Yeah. I'll attack. Oh, I'm also going to use another charge, heal him.
Okay.
Heal Jarek. I mean.
Dosmos. 8
Ooh.
will hit it,
Yeah.
just because it's flanked.
And then just the piercing.
Alright, so where is what I need it to do? It's
Did
gonna
you
be-
roll Hunter's Mark again? For the second hit?
No, I did not.
Mhm. So you give me that
Definitely
total.
says to everyone.
Yep. It's just because it's rolling in just D&D Beyond and it's not kicking over to roll 20. That's all.
Oh, I thought it would send those two. Okay,
Nah.
I'll use the other one for next time.
You're good.
That was a 2.
All right, so that's total of 7. So it's got undead fortitude, so it needs 12. It rolls a 14. All right, so it goes down and comes back up with 1 HP.
Man.
All right,
Jarek, finish him.
roll me a con save, Jarek,
Finish him.
A con save?
as you smell his stinky Mitch fish ass.
Yeah.
Uh, you just pass to not be poisoned
Oh,
by Booty
God.
Stank. Booty stank.
What did it pass?
Huh?
It passed gas. That's what
Mhm.
it passed.
It,
okay,
it
I
passes
do-
death.
I do not like stinkiness, so reckless attacks.
Alright. It's dead.
Sheesh.
So that would be.
It doesn't get to save on a crit. It dies.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just want to know.
I need this.
23 damage.
No, shockingly, you healed it for 21.
No.
Heck, no. No, why? Yes, you slash its rotting, stanking corpse into the ground.
I would like to. Is this like just water
Yeah.
in this pond?
Yeah.
I want to like drag and push it in the water to try to like mask the stank.
It looks very stagnant, and now it's very stagnant.
I do not care. It must smell better.
Alright.
I druid craft some flowers on top of it to make it smell like a potpourri.
Fair.
With that rot scent underneath it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's not going to be anything of worth on these bodies, so Tristan's just going to start walking down to see what's down here.
As you make your way down there, Tristan, you find a wall.
I find a wall.
Yep.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I would like to go back up
Mhm.
to these things. And is there anything on there that like appears to be harvestable, or that might have uses?
That's gonna be good.
Primarily, possibly edible or for crafting purposes.
Roll me a survival or nature.
I would like to do a little harvesting too, but it's far less fussy.
All right, 13.
13.
I mean, you guys messed him up pretty good. Um, between the force blasts and the slices and the deaths. We'll say you can just harvest some general flesh.
Okay.
You can both harvest just general flesh to cook with.
Can I get like one of its fingers that
Sure.
has all the needly things on it?
Oh
and
yeah, you
I
can
get
you
some
can cut off a hand.
beef? Okay, I want a hand.
Okay.
I
And,
just
like, a
use my
handful of
glaive
beef.
and just slice right off a hand and toss it to you.
Thanks,
You're still not getting a dog, at least a dead one.
but you said I can have the dog if it's all alive.
That's why I said not a dead one. And then I
Okay,
will like
fine.
go following after Tristan to make sure.
Do I-
Go
Do I
ahead.
hear anything coming down?
Coming up there. No, Jarek. Let me
Mhm.
check something here. Right beside you, right there. Right in this square here. You see what looks like a stony tentacle just slap the stone beside you and just crumble some dust by your face.
That's the BBEG. Yeah.
I
Oh,
I look at Tristan and tell him I don't even know what to say.
You just look at him.
Yeah, I just look at him and I just like motion for him to like back up. Like,
Oh no,
try to get his...
you don't so just for clarification, the tendril didn't come from this way. The tendril
Yeah,
came from it came from that way. Yeah.
Well, but I don't know if
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is a wall or a pillar, so I don't know if like this
Oh,
area
it's a wall.
connects.
It's a wall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come back.
I like grab you and I point down this way and I like basically like draw an X on the ground to be like, we're not going over there.
Fair. You don't have to
And
go
it's-
that way.
can I
Yeah.
take out some of my drawing chalk and
Yeah.
just mark the
But-
wall right here so that we
I
remember that we went down
grab
that?
you. I physically grab you.
Yes, you can. And to answer your question, it was like a medium size.
Okay. you.
And yeah, the tendril, it takes another slap and it literally goes that close to your face, Tristan.
Can I like peek around?
Yeah, roll around and roll a perception check real quick.
Oh,
You can probably see it.
well, I can see it.
Yeah. You can see a bit of it, and I'll say you can see one big eye with some tendrils hanging from the ceiling, and that's what you see.
Yeah, let's not go that way. Tis a
Might
silly
have to.
place.
You don't, based on your primeval awareness, you did not know that was there, because that is neither of those things. You have found it.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a problem for future us. Keep walking down here.
All right. You don't hear any more noises or anything down here, other than Jarek. Every few seconds, you feel like a tendril slaps more in your direction, a little closer, as
Okay.
it kind of just to bend a corner.
I like walk up and like motion and like do not go that way. That way is to be avoided.
And you stone. And after like 5 or 6 more slaps, it seems to stop.
I'm gonna write no in red chalk
No.
right there.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
I mean, it would have been a bad touch and real. Those things are brutal when if you get hit by them. I just want to see, just because I'm curious, if they would have hit you. Here's what the public roll would have been on it. And here's
That would have hit.
Just snaps my neck completely.
Oh,
I'm no longer raging probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be at 6 health.
Yeah, that would have been a bad time.
that would be tested.
And I'm out of teleports.
Yeah. All right, you can keep on keeping on.
I'll stop at this little like crossroad.
What are you doing up here, Ro?
Jared catch up.
I'm just kind of taking everything in and letting them explore.
Okay.
I'm not about to walk into
More
walk
traps.
into yeah, I am not walking into anything that's gonna slap at me like that. So I'm
Okay.
just letting them figure out which way they want to go.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys down here.
Well, which way do you want to go?
Do I hear anything coming from one way or the other?
No, you do not. Nothing in particular.
I don't like going this way because I'm still not sure that this wall isn't like just like
loop back around to that.
yeah. So I'm gonna go this way to start.
Agree.
Hey, Jarek.
Yes.
Should we wait for Rel?
Which way did they go?
I will show you that they went this way and then this way.
Yeah,
And now you can probably see Ick.
I slowly start to back up just to wait for Ick. Don't go too far ahead, Tristan.
I think she's behind us. Should I go back?
Mothy McMothface appears by you and then Rel.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this wall right here. We're going down this way.
Okay.
Do I see
Anybody
anything
bring any
down here?
gorp?
You just see just an end hallway right there. But as you were looking the other path before you took that quick turn, so as you were looking down this way, because you kind of looked down both at the same time, down here you saw just like an end cap. This way, however, you see a tunnel that leads to what looks to maybe be stairs. But
I think
what's as you all kind of get towards that, everyone roll me perception checks real quick.
I'm gonna mark this wall.
For real.
Pharrell or Forel? You don't even know. As you guys get there with your, 16, 11, 14, and 3. Oh,
I actually got a 1.
you got
I actually
a hot one.
Yeah.
As you guys get there, you don't see it, Rel. You're kind of still keeping your eyes out and, trying not to have a really awful time. Big down here, more than you already were.
That's a wall, and that's a wall.
And that's a wall. Jarek, you see it first. Where did I put it? Hold on. Hold, please. Oh, I forgot it. Where did it go? I forget this person's name. Just roleplay for yourself for a moment while I remember what it is that I was looking for, because I cannot find what I'm looking for.
So here's a question: does Mothy Mothface talk?
To you? Yes.
Okay.
I like that. It's excellent. Jarek. Hey, Jarek. Hey, Jarek.
Yes.
If they're little, can I have 2 dogs?
If they fit inside one of your hands, yes, you may have 2 dogs.
What
Okay.
have you done? What have you done?
Jarek is banking a lot on this world not having little tiny dogs.
Chihuahuas.
No. I mean, in one of her tiny hands.
Oh, okay. Toy
Each-
chihuahuas.
Yes, yes.
When
Each
they're
one
just born.
individually.
Okay. Everybody heard that, right? I can have 2 if they're little.
dog.
All right. Well, I can't find what it
I
was I was looking for,
do
but I know
not
what I'm
guarantee
looking
their
for.
safety, though,
Why?
because I have a hard enough time trying to keep you alive.
Well, they will help.
This is true. They could help.
Yes,
Plus, we
they
have.
could. Actually, Jarek stops to think they could. They could be good distractions to throw at monsters for us to run away.
Cannon
Ick,
fodder. I'm gonna name this one
Yeah.
cannon and this one fodder.
Yeah.
All right. I found what I was looking for.
can,
You
Plus,
can
back.
Ick
back to
learn
Beth.
find familiar? Can I teach Ick find familiar?
Maybe.
yes,
Maybe eventually.
a little tiny flying
Um,
fey dog.
You, as you guys are going towards this this tunnel with what looks to be stairs, Jarek, you see it. It's small, and you only see it because you recognize it so easily and so regularly. As you are walking pretty much past where Tristan is, down carved low in the wall, about there, you see a um, a small raven carved into the ground, um, but it looks not like what you want it to look like. It looks, instead of the small raven head on a white background facing to the left, you see a fully wings like opened raven with um, three symbols floating all around it on a circle background. Here, let me actually just get it here 1 second so you can see what I'm talking about, because I am not doing the best job at describing it.
I have a feeling I know what this is gonna look like.
Maybe it didn't do what I wanted to do. Give me 1 second so I can
While you're figuring that
get
out,
it.
should we try to blow up that wall? Create a cave in to keep that thing from coming out?
Oh, we were supposed to be clearing everything, huh? That was our job.
Can I make a check to know if it'll like stay where it is or if it will seek things out?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
100%.
we can have Warren come down and take care of it, since he's a great wizard.
Here's what you see on the floor. Let me save it. This is what you see on the floor, Jarek.
Ooh.
Do
Cool.
I recognize this symbol?
You do. You recognize it as so you know what the Raven Queen's normal symbol is.
Mm-hmm.
You know that her symbol is normally a black raven head facing to the left on a white background. You've seen people wear it on cloaks. You've seen people use it as prayer focuses and foci. You've seen it in many a literature of the Raven Queen. And you know that it's always the same symbol. The symbology for the Raven Queen is always the same. It's never altering. Her worshippers always use the same symbol across all factions in all of the educational materials and everything. It is always the same symbol.
The
But
pamphlets.
the pamphlets, they're all there. They're always the same. But you also know that people who wish to take the teachings and the power of the Raven Queen and change them for more nefarious purposes, most times will modify her symbols. You've seen a couple before, but you've read that most of those groups were stamped out by her herself as she rose to power. She fought and destroyed those that were trying to stake a claim on the power that she was obtaining as she was rising from mortal to immortal goddess. And you recognize this to be one of those symbols that was long thought to be completely eradicated. So,
I walk up to it and sort of kneel down, and then I turn to Ick. Ick, I need a favor.
Okay.
Can you copy this onto one of your cards?
Oh, sure. It plops down on the ground and starts drawing.
Does this seem like this is a magical symbol or just a marking?
like a marking.
Okay. Is it carved in or painted?
Carved.
Carved.
It's like the majority of it has been carved into stone, but it looks fairly old. Like it's been here for a while. It looks like they had maybe tried to fill in the details with maybe paint, but as you kind of look at it, it has an irony, a distinct irony smell to it, and as you kind of taste it just a little bit, it's blood, old blood.
I don't think I have anything. Can I take a torch and basically try to like char it?
You can certainly try to.
I would, after she's done like copying the symbol down, I would take a torch and try to basically just like tar the stone to hide the symbol if possible.
Go ahead and roll just a survival check, and we'll see how well that turns out. It doesn't. You try. Doesn't
Do you
really
want it
happen.
to go away?
If possible, yes.
Okay. I will blast it.
Give it the old blasteroony. You blast it pretty hard. It doesn't completely eradicate it, but it does effectively break it and smash it, and some of the rocks kind of bust off to the side. So it no longer looks like a completed symbol. It looks like some of the wing has been busted off, and some of the other intricate details have been forcefully destroyed.
Is that enough to make it not work? It
Hopefully.
knows all about symbols and runes
Thank
and
you.
shit.
And I take the card and I like tuck it into like what would equivalent be like a vest pocket, something that's very close to me.
Do we need it more defaced?
No, I think
Okay.
that's fine. I don't want to hold us up.
Tristan, while they're doing that, is going to continue and just be checking out what's down here while they're actively doing that.
Down there leads you, as you walk there for about another 50 feet, you see that it kind of curves, and it's a staircase similar to the one that you entered in. And as you kind of listen, you can hear some voices from above, and you kind of look up and you can see the stair. There's a stairwell that leads up about 20 feet to another one of the doors similar to the one that you lifted, like a cellar door. But
Can I make the voices out?
yeah, they just seem to be like humans on the other side. It's not the people that you were speaking with before you came down.
Gotcha.
They just seem to be people who are just standing guard at that door, just shooting the shit. They're just working their shift. So, if you want to try and exit, or at least call up to them to let them know that you're there, you can do that, or you can do whatever you want.
Out of character. Do we care about clearing the whole thing, or do we just care about going into the city?
I'll tell you, the Roper's the only other thing left alive down here.
I think that, at least speaking for Jarek, I would like to take a rest of some kind before we go back to face the Roper.
Okay.
You don't have to fight the Roper either, just so you know.
Well,
they can still get in and out now without all the zombies.
Yeah.
That was the primary issue,
Yeah.
you believe.
Well, yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And if they
Yeah,
get caught
go.
by Ropers, it's their own damn fault. You did the rest of the work for them.
You know, all I can think of is Three's Company and Mr. and Mrs. Roper, and like
Uh-huh.
this thing with giant tentacles wearing a goddamn Kaftan.
Mr. Roper was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that Alex and I have told this story before, but in my first ever D&D campaign, we had to map out a tunnel system, and we went down each and every tunnel path before we found the exit. Like we took every single wrong turn, and down one of them was a Roper, and I think we were like level 3 at the time.
Mhm.
Oh, yay. Like we are
And
now?
Yes, Alex's rogue shot at it and proudly said 19 to hit, and the DM said miss.
That's
And
like-
immediately, all three of our characters said nope and turned around and walked right back out.
I was like, if I can, and I had the highest hit. I'm like, if I can hit with a 19, we hit this thing.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just no prayer.
It literally was like a 19 miss. Nope.
Ah.
Back it up,
Understandable.
boys.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
We did. We rolled for directions, and every time we just picked the wrong one.
Yep.
13, I think it was 13 or something like that. We just picked the wrong. Afterwards, he's like, "You picked every possible wrong turn."
Yeah.
Funny.
But yeah, so what's your guys' plan?
go up to
I'll
the
come
door
back
and
to the
yell
group
that
and
Winter Moon sent us.
that works.
Okay. You call up that Winter Moon sent you. As you call that up, you hear some active confusion from me, like, wait, voices, where, what? And then the guy, there was a quiet for a moment. You hear, underneath, what? And you hear the lock above, kind of the chains and the padlock come undone as they pull them off of the door and they swing open the cellar door. I, who, you said Winter Moon sent you. Who are you?
I waved my torch. Hi, I am Bean,
You are
and these are
very
my
green.
friends.
You are
Yes, I
very, very
am.
green.
I
Okay.
am. And Winter Moon wanted us to clear out the tunnels, and we did clear out the tunnels, so she's going to give us a reward and also a favor, and then now we can get into the city. Hi.
Awesome. Okay, well, I can't just let you past without a official signature from Winter Moon, so here we'll do this. Um, and he looks at the other person that was like, go get some paper and some writing, something to write with. Comes back, writes you a hand little writ that says, um, acknowledging that you had made it to the other end of the tunnel alive. There were 4 of you and a glowing moth for some reason, and signed, William Champier, to return, and requesting the signature of Winter Moon to allow passage into city from here. If you make it back with this, then, we'll know that you aren't just getting lucky. So go get that signed by Winter Moon and come back through here, and then you'll have your access to the city whenever you need. So, and then they throw the paper down to you and close and relock the cellar door.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. You guys heading back to the old Winter Moon?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Making sure to avoid the
Roper at all costs.
the roper.
All right. You guys, get back to you take it nice and slow, walking through the tunnel, basically backtracking across what you have already done, and
Takes a little nap
right, you
on top of Jarek's back.
you get back up to the surface, with Winter Moon. I can see you made it. Good job. Good job. Here's your money. What was down there? What was killing people? What was taking them out?
A bunch
Zombies.
of zombies.
Hmm.
I would.
There's-
Go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
you first.
No, I would wait.
Okay. I would say there is still a roper down there, but we marked off the path towards it. It's out of the way. If people pay attention to our markings, they won't come near it.
Cool. She looks over at Jarek expectantly, because you guys were in character to figure out who was talking first. So, look, you had something you wanted to say?
There was a symbol down in the tunnels.
Mm.
A bird carved in the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who put it there?
I don't. Maybe next time when you're in town, ask about it, and maybe you'll find out there are lots of different organizations in the city. I don't know. So
I just sort of nod.
I don't. I welcome all here. I don't classify as a follower of any one specific organization. So
Understandable.
if you guys wanted to short rest on the way back too, you can also have done that. Or you can short rest now while you're here, or long rest, whatever you want. Choice is yours.
So-
I don't imagine we would rest in the cave.
Yeah,
have
no,
to tell
I would
you-
not want to rest in the cave if possible.
I have to tell you what just happened. Because it was taking a little short rest nap on, Jarek's backpack, and I rolled a 2 on my hit die, and I have an ability called Black Blood Healing that means I can re-roll a 1 or a 2, and then I have to use the new roll.
You rolled a 1.
New roll, a 1.
So
Oh, yeah.
But as I promised, here's gold for each of you, and provides each of you with 5 gold pieces. And then looks at the letter that you were requested to have her sign. She signs it, stamps it, hands it back to you, and then gives you a small little talisman, no bigger than the palm of an adult human's hand. This is good for one favor. Find anyone who works for me, or come to me myself, turn it in, and I will have whatever favor you ask completed. No limitations. The only limitations is I do not have the ability or capability to have the dead brought back to life.
I am
Do you have
distracting.
any
No,
dogs?
no, before I was going to say before you even say anything, I
Okay.
am distracting Ick with the moth so
Okay.
she cannot make a request that
Mhm.
we for dogs.
You know me.
When you need it, it could be now, it could be years in the future, but I will honor the request. I can just not have the dead brought back. That's my only limitation. And that's my personal preference. So,
So you could, but you don't wanna.
correct.
Oh, that's cool.
Not me, but I know people that have know people that know people that have the capability. Yes.
Me too.
Well, then you don't need me for that. So.
Boy,
All right, well, I invite you to rest. And you can see outside, you can still hear the wind kicking, stones kicking. The storm is still ongoing. Do you guys wish to long rest for the night here, or do you wish to make your way into the city and find a place to rest there?
I think long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, is well. We still also need to collect, our fearless leader.
As you look around for your fearless leader, he's not there.
Uh-oh. He didn't go out into the storm, did he?
You don't see him.
I'm
You
gonna
could
like
ask about.
start running through people, see if I can find him.
I would go to Wintermoon.
Hmm.
Do you know where Domas, our friend, is?
Oh, you know where dumbass.
She kind of looks at you confused for a second. Who?
No.
The gentleman who came in with us.
She looks around.
Umber orc, about yay tall, looks young.
I don't think there is anybody else with you. I don't recall. Warren! Warren comes over. What? Asks about if, there was an Umber orc. No. And runs back away.
That's
No.
I
think,
I don't know.
I think I got hit a few too many times down there.
Mm.
I'm going to go and take a long rest and prepare him. I'll take a short rest, prepare some small food, and then take a long rest.
We get appetizers.
Yes, you get appetizers before.
As you have appetizers and you guys settle down for a long rest, you can rest comfortably here for the night. And as you wake up in the morning, after long rest is completed, you see that they are shoveling 14 feet of sand and debris out from the front of this tent cavern that you stayed in.
I will
Before-
help.
live here.
Before I go to bed that night,
Mhm.
I'm assuming that there's no way to actually like open like anything to look at the storm. I was wondering if I could like just do an investigation on it or
Yeah,
like
you
some
could
kind of
you could like
arcana.
you could like
arcana
part
thing.
the fabrics
Veil.
and kind of look out a little bit. They don't want you to like open it all the way or stick your head out. I mean, you could stick your face out, you get battered with sand and debris, but you could open it enough where you could definitely look out and just see what's going on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I
Okay.
want to take, because if it's magical in nature, I just want to take a look at it
Yeah.
and see if I can discern anything from it.
Yeah, go ahead and we'll say, since you're druid and you're wisdom based, use one of the wisdom skills or wisdom itself that makes the most sense for you. And I'll say you have advantage on it because it's more of like a natural thing you're looking to try get. So
Perception maybe, or survival.
whichever one, yeah.
Okay. Boink.
18? Cool.
Yeah.
So you look out and you definitely know that this type of storm is not inherently natural. It seems to be a phenomena of some sort, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You know from what Ick said earlier, it's likely an eldritch storm, and these are the flay winds from a different plane. But you don't know what would have brought them here or how they are continuing so frequently. Um, you know
Okay.
that they are likely causing damage. If it was a regular tent, it would have been destroyed. Any travelers or anyone caught out in this is probably not going to survive it. And as you'll see by the morning, there is 14 feet of
14
snow
feet of
in the or sand
mm-hmm.
in the morning. But it's definitely hectic and chaotic out there, and would lead to almost certain death if you were to try and traverse it in its current state. To the point where when people think you might be looking a little too long out there, they pull you back in with the comment, "If you stare too long into the sand, it takes you."
Oh. Oh no.
So
Okay.
So our buddy was depressed and was gonna be like staring into the void and playing his flute. I wonder if he stared too long.
no one seems to know of your buddy, so who knows?
Okay. So when I start hearing that,
Mm.
that nobody remembers him, can I just sit and think about that for a little bit and try to figure out if he had any of the hallmarks of a spirit, a restless spirit, or something like that. Like, I've seen those before.
You can think about it, and he does not. But as
Hmm.
you think longer and harder about Domas Halftooth, you you feel like you're forgetting a little bit about what he looks like. You can't quite fully remember the aesthetic of Domas. It's still
Hmm.
there, but you feel like you're forgetting a little bit. And it just seems like it's kind of like a memory that's almost too far to grab. But
I'm gonna
you recall what
just
he
real
looks like.
quick sketch what I remember right now. Just do
Okay.
a quick drawing.
Yeah. You get the majority of it.
Yeah.
But you feel like looking at the sketch that it's missing something, but you don't know what it's missing. So,
Um. Hmm. Does this does this look like him to you? I'm gonna take it to Jarek. Does this? I don't know. It's not as good as usually I do. It just does
It's
it look
miss.
like
I
him?
don't. Yeah, I don't.
you also feel like it's missing something, but you can't place what it's missing.
Hmm.
Did he have a mustache and I draw one on? Is that it?
No, I don't think he had a
Hmm.
mustache.
I erased the mustache.
Oh, he's got too many teeth. You got to take a tooth
Okay.
out.
Okay. I thought he had a tusk that went that way.
Did he have a
No?
monocle?
Oh, okay. I will draw on a monocle.
You guys spend some
Let me.
time
I,
drawing what you.
it's like an etch a sketch right
Yeah.
now.
You draw what you think is
Mhm.
Domas Halftooth to the best of your memory, and by the end of your artistic session, you still feel like you're missing something, but it feels closer to being right than before. You might not be fully satisfied with it by the time you go to bed, but there's no more that you can recall that feels right for it.
I'm looking at the paper and I just say, "Aunties, is he a ghost? Is he talking to you now?"
No.
It's really weird because nobody here remembers him.
You get a strong feeling that it's not a ghost, at least as far as your aunties are concerned. No ghost.
Well, he's not a ghost. The auntie said he's not. I wonder if he snuck out into the storm because he was sad.
I think that people would have remembered if someone came in and then decided to leave in the storm.
Yeah. Well,
We should probably get some sleep.
yeah.
Is there a quiet place in the tent?
Yeah, there are areas where you can go and sleep more privately or more as a group, or there's once everyone goes to drift off, there's definitely open places available, whether that's like at a banquet table by yourself or kind of corner off in the distance. Like there are places available.
I'd like to find a place that is somewhat isolated and pull out the card with the symbol on it and then essentially go into a rage to try to speak
Yeah.
with any of the ancestors.
Okay.
And basically just ask, like, having had the visions of their demise, if this symbol is at all connected with that.
You don't get any vocal response in your head, and you don't get any flashes of any images or anything. But what you do get is a surge of emotion, and your rage becomes the most hateful, the most angry, and the most malicious it has ever felt. As soon as you pull out the symbol and try to connect with the ancestors, you are filled with urge to destroy. No longer protect, you now have this malicious, destructive force trying to overtake you. And it's not so much as they want to destroy everything around you right now, it's the users of that symbol is where this malice and destruction is focused.
Okay.
And then once that wave passes, after about 30 seconds, there's no more feelings from the ancestors, and you feel tired after that. Like that was exhausting.
Yep. I basically will find a place and crash.
All right. Anything
Nick is
else?
starting a
Same.
monster journal.
Anything else anybody wishes to do for the evening?
No. I'm gonna probably do the same. Just find a corner and curl up in the fetal position and cuddle my emotional support moth and try to figure out what happened to me.
Okay.
And
As far
drift
as
off to sleep.
the boar shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Tristan, do you have anything you wish to do for the rest of the evening?
No, not particularly.
Okay. And Ick and Jarek, you have completed everything you wish to do for the evening?
I
Yep.
think once Ick draws the monsters of the day, she will go find Rel and just kind of like curl up, sort of back to back. Just doesn't say anything, just kind of snuggles up to her back.
All right. And with that, you all find yourself hesitantly sleeping in a place that you've been a short while, with some newfound gold in your pocket and a member of your crew no longer there. No one seems to know where they went or why. But when we come back, you guys will have completed a long rest and will be able to continue on your journey. But for now, we are gonna end our session there and pick up again in a couple of weeks.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Goodbye.
Bye, internet.